hipstery and pompous.
Yeah, you are.
But then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go for mustache for now.
You look very selective.
Oh.
I'm selling.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. So
That is Star Trek reference.
No, it's just regular old Tom Selleck.
Oh, no, you're asking. Yeah. That's the wrong man. You're asking me.
I've been thinking all afternoon, like of all the games to run at short notice.
Oh, yeah, I run a game about dreams. The things I can't remember.
I am very excited to hear what you think dreams are like, though.
It's entirely going to be based off TV and movie tropes.
That's amazing. I have a lot of in my dreams. Like, I don't often have the same dream. But, like,
Do you guys want to talk about this on the stream? Should I put it on?
yeah.
Are you ready, Vince?
nearly. I just want to try to adjust.
I think there's a very good chance that anyone who's watching the stream is hearing us anyway, because I forgot to mute our audio. Hello everyone, hearing both the Hot Dice Nerds music and us screaming over the top of it. Yeah, this is it. This is what it's like behind the scenes. I might as well just go live now then. Hello everyone, welcome to Hot Dice Nerds, for those of you who've been with us previously and now. Hello. We're playing a game about dreams, and we're just talking about the fact that I don't dream. I mean, I'm sure I do, but when I wake up, I have no memory of them. So it'll be fun for me to run this game because I don't know anything about dreams. I love that you guys have picked like mad colours.
I'm feeling it. I'm in my dreamscape.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. I wanted something surreal, but I can't do that fancy 3D background because my computer's too old.
Do you guys dream? Like, do you wake up every day with memories of a dream from yesterday?
Not every day.
Yeah, I do.
If I have a smoke before I go to bed, that activates dream mode.
Right.
If you want to watch a film while you're asleep, hit the bong.
I dream.
Yeah,
like,
I've had heavy nightmares and night terrors my whole life. So like, I've had moments where I wake up standing on my bed in a pool of sweat, like
Oof.
still in
Jesus
the dream.
Christ.
Oof.
So this will be great for me. Therapy.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I sleep very badly. Like, I'm really good at every single thing that I do except sleep. Well, actually, I don't really do that, so I can't say I'm bad at it. But when I am heavily sedated, I will have dreams, and they're often thematically just like shit that's going on in my life, but like also 5 or 10 years in the past. There's this one venue where I used to work. It was like 60 hours a week. Almost everything takes place there. That's how much this job ruined my psyche.
It's just like it's like your default level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I live in New York, but it's this house, and I still work at this venue, and it's fucking weird as shit.
That's so great. Your like Matrix White Room is like your old job.
Have you guys ever had sleep paralysis?
No, I know someone who does though.
Yeah.
One time in my life, I woke up and thought I saw a spider, got out of bed and walked towards it. And when I got there, it was gone. And then I was like, I never looked away, so it can't have ever been there. That's the closest I've got.
That's pretty good though.
It's a good foundation to work from. That and like 1980s coming of age films. Just to have an image of what dreams are.
Yeah, I mean, like
That sounds like
go
that
ahead.
sounds like a black and white like French animated short.
It
know?
really does. It sounds like a metaphor.
I went to
for
look for the spider, but he was not there. He was with my father.
In.
Finn.
Yeah.
Lispid.
Well,
Well,
hot in the UK.
What are we playing today? Can you tell me, because I didn't read it?
Yeah. We're playing, and there it's up on the screen for anyone watching it. We're playing a game by Grant Howitt and Alex Roberts called Death Was the Only Road Out of Town. So, this city is rotten to the core. This city does not exist. You can remember the last time. You can't remember the last time it wasn't raining, or the last day that you spent sober. You're asleep. The cops are crooked, the hoodlums are in control, and the rest of us dopes are trapped here trying to stay out of the morgue. Time was, folk could make an honest living on these streets. These days, honesty will get you killed. Time isn't passing. Every night is the same night. So you're a crook too. You do what needs to be done. You're trapped in someone else's dream. He put you here. You've got one last gig, one last night, one last chance. One man stands between you and freedom. He's your ticket out of here. Kill him. Kill him. That's it. There we go.
Okay, well, the voice makes some really solid points.
I'm extremely into it.
So, the city's rotten to the core. You can't remember the last time it was raining or you spent a day sober. Everything's crooked. It's all falling apart. People can't be honest. You're a crook. But there's a man that you need to find, one last job, and you need to kill him. But also, the city's not real and you're asleep and time isn't passing. And every night is the same night. You're trapped in someone else's dream who put you here, and you have to go find and kill him. We got some. Every night's the same night, but this is your chance to escape.
All right.
Yeah. Let's make some characters while we're at it. Let's do this. All right, Tom, roll me a d6.
Yeah. You're talking about a 5.
You used to be a journalist.
Ooh.
Roll me a d6 again.
A journalist who is now a 3, which is a driver.
A journalist turned driver. There we go.
Nice.
EB, roll us a d6.
Oh, yeah. 5.
You also used to be a journalist. Do you want to keep that, or you want to roll again because he was a journalist?
I want to roll again.
Okay.
2.
You used to be a labourer, but now roll us a d6.
But now you're a laborer. I got a 3.
You got what?
A 3.
Oh, do you also want to be a driver like Tom, or would you like to roll? Yeah.
I'd like to roll
EB
again.
has.
It's starting!
You could have been twins. You could have been twins.
What does 5 mean?
5, mate, means that you used to be a labourer, now you're a fence.
I'm a fence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I used to put up fences. Now I
ticket?
just stand there. I get it.
All right, and let's see for you, Vince. Roll us a d6.
Yeah.
Not to get
2.
too fangirly, but we just got a good luck, everyone, in the chat from Grant Howitt.
Woo!
Oh, amazing.
Grant and Alex wrote this game, so very excited to be playing it. You said you rolled a 2, Vince. That means that you used to be a labourer, unless you'd like to roll again because we've already had someone that's a labourer.
I'll roll again. Well, I rolled a 5.
So you used to be a
you used to be a
journalist?
journalist.
Yeah. Okay,
Is this the dream? Are we in the dream?
Are we in the dream right now? I'll just say that I used to be Tom's assistant. How about that?
Yeah, sure, that works fine. Yeah,
I fuck
okay.
with that, yeah.
Yeah, roll a d6 to find out what you are now.
Go. 6.
You're an informant now.
Oh yeah.
In a city where the cops are bad, you're an informant.
Oh boy.
You've got a name, you've got a gun, you've got a beat-up car, a hat and a coat, a pack of smokes, and a bad habit. You used to have a steady job, maybe a family, but not anymore. If you want to think about what your name is, and you want to think about, but keep to yourself what your bad habit is, especially if it's particularly bad. Please go ahead. We'll look at how the. Are you guys like in a mood to pick out your name right now? Or should we come back to it after you had a little time to let it brew?
Easy. Post
Just
Majoan.
mashing up Raymond Chandler and Dashiell Hammett names.
Sorry, I think I just said Post Majoan. Is that right?
Yeah, that's me, yeah.
Post Majoan.
Post with an A.
Malone.
Poast. It's
Post-
important.
My name is the only thing. My name's the only thing I had thought of, so it's already there on the screen. I'm
Your name is-
Arlington Heights,
Arlington Heights.
or Arlo, which is a neighborhood, I think, in Denver or something like that.
Not in the Denver I live near.
Oh,
No. He's not talking about the state. He's talking about the omelette.
Oh, yeah, that neighborhood does have really good ham.
Tom, could you change your Zoom name to your character name to help me out a little bit?
Yes,
while I'm
absolutely, yeah.
trying to juggle the nonsense. EB, do you have a character name?
I'm working on it.
We'll come back to you if you want. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? Never mind. I do.
Yeah.
Frank Horn. He's the
Frank Horn.
protagonist of a thing I wrote.
There we go. Frank Horn.
Frank
All
Horn.
right.
Frank Hard is a great name.
Thank you.
All right. So you start the game with D3 tokens. So let's do that now. Roll a D6 and halve it. Rounding up.
Two for Tom.
round up. Wait. Do
Roll
half
a
round up.
D6, halve it, and round up.
I rolled a 3,
Okay.
1.5, 2.
Wait, I'm supposed to do how many?
Roll a D6, halve it,
Yes.
then round it up
Okay, so
if you need
3.
to.
Yeah.
So you got 3. Okay, great. So you start with 3
Oh, wait a minute.
tokens.
No, never mind. 2. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm stupider than usual.
Fuck me, it's a dream. This is a dream.
Take my brain medicine.
Amazing. All right, so that's how many tokens you start with. So when you act, and we'll cover like what act is later, if any of your dice show a 6, you gain a token. You can spend tokens to take narrative control away from the GM. So, like, I have to honour this, and I can't undo it once I regain control. And if more than half of you feel like I'm not honouring it, then you get a bunch of tokens back. But I plan to honour it. Why not? I don't have a plot written, so why would I object to you messing it up? So you got to remember to name these moves out loud when you use them. So they're on the PDF for you, but I'll cover them for people who are listening on the podcast and people who are watching on the stream. So you've got to say them out loud when you want to use them. If 2 players want to use moves, whoever said their move first goes first. So you can spend 1 token to say speak on that. So make me describe some aspect of the scene in great detail using evocative language as best as I can manage. I should entertain you for at least 30 seconds.
That is deliciously cruel.
That is
Thing to
extremely
do.
cruel. That's like if you play the Drinking Quest games, there's like 1 card in there which like makes you sing a song.
Yeah,
And, like,
yeah.
You're just like, oh, what is this?
I have no recollection of that card.
No, we didn't play that particular round of Drinking Quest.
You could
been-
have told me we did.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah. To see our Drinking Quest game, go nowhere because we're all so drunk, it is not available on YouTube. For all of our other streams, head to hotdicenerds.com. So you can spend 2 tokens to say, change that. Make me swap out a detail in the scene. If you don't like the first change you make, ask them for something different up to 3 times. So ask for change, I'll change it, and then you can make a couple more changes after that. You say, add this, give an NPC whatever trait or characteristic you want. That costs you 3 tokens. You can spend 4 tokens to say, move it along, wrap up the current scene, resolve it as quickly as possible. Like, yada, yada, yada it, and I will. You can spend 5 tokens, and this move is called No. Whatever just happened as the result of the player's dice roll, yours or someone else's, No, it didn't. Make me come up with something gentler instead. So if something goes wrong and if some kind of a horrible thing occurs as a result of this, you can spend 5 of your tokens, just be like, no. And then you can spend 7 tokens to just be like, I'm in charge now and you're the GM for 5 minutes. You just take over the game. Just hijack it from me. I become an NPC for a short amount of time. And to get some tokens with it. And yeah, for the next 5 minutes, you run the dream. So,
How many tokens did we start with?
however many you rolled, I think you rolled 2.
I did.
So,
Okay.
let's talk about the city. Rows and rows of rundown tenements. Punks on the corner, gin joints and drug dens, factories rusted and silent, same as the docks. Fucks with money insulated from it all behind steel and threats. On the outskirts, walled gardens and crumbling mansions, tired farms and drifters. Nothing's as good as it used to be. Everything feels second-hand. And then there's a
It's
section.
like Sheffield.
Yeah, basically. Or Scunthorpe.
Oh, Scunny.
Sunny Scunny. So, this is a part that's in brackets, so this is some kind of like out of game information. You're not supposed to know this isn't real. If you speak it out loud, the dream hears you and it will come for you like sharks after blood. I'm the dream. I won't talk about it. I'll infer it rather than state it outright. And you must do the same. Don't push your luck. If you talk about the dream, you will get a consequence and it will be bad. You should be careful not to acknowledge that you are in a dream. So let's talk about challenges. Whenever you do something risky, whenever you do something dangerous, or when you do something important, that's when we roll. That should be true for like all RPGs. You play RPGs and like every time you try and do anything, if you have a GM making you do a roll, it slows and it's painful for plot. So we just stick it to the stuff that's risky, dangerous and important. You roll a number of d6, and that's based on how difficult it is. So something very, very easy is 1, and something very, very hard is 5d6. So if you roll any multiples, you fail. So however many dice you roll, if any 2 are the same, you failed. If more than 2 are the same, then like you failed harder. So for example, you rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3. Then you passed. If you rolled a 2, a 2, and a 3, you failed. If you rolled a 2, a 2, and a 2, you fucked up really, really badly. So you want all your dice, however many you roll, to all be different. So obviously that gets exponentially harder as you get up to like 5 dice for all of them to be different. So I'll let you know how difficult the thing you want to do is, and that's how many dice you need to roll. Remember, if you roll a 6 on any of your dice, when you act, if any of your dice show a 6, you gain 1 token. So anytime you've got 6s in there, you might gain some tokens to be able to do things to the game.
But not a token per 6, right? It's just like if there is one.
If there's a 6 in there, you'll get a token. If you roll all 6s, you'll still get 1 token. So when things go badly, I might give you the negative action now, or I might hold off for it and make it come up later. Yeah. If you feel you've got a skill or equipment that could help you with this challenge, like say it before you take up the challenge. I might let you take some dice out of the pool as a result of it. A dice pool of 1 or less succeeds automatically. Oh yeah, so if like I say it's very easy and it's 1, I say it's very easy and it's 2, and you're like, yeah, but I used to be a journalist, so I'd obviously know how to use this. Then like automatic pass. So consequences. In a dream, things don't just not happen. That's a sentence. In a dream, things don't just not happen. If someone fails to pick a lock, the door doesn't just stay shut. The doorknob melts away like chocolate left on a hot day, or the wood grain of the door slithers onto your wrist like splintered snakes, or the mewling cries of a small animal leak out from the keyhole, reminding you of your childhood pet that you couldn't save. Gives me some examples of consequences. Everything from pain, abrupt and blunt, to an exploited weakness and brief flashbacks. So there'll be a set of scenes that we'll run through. I'll give you a scene, something you're looking for, which is an objective, something that's in your way, which is an obstacle. I'll probably roll for it because this is like we do on Hot Dice Nerds very often, wholly unprepped. Once you've got it or you fail, you move on to another scene with the next objective. Sometimes they'll blend into each other, but because it's a dream, not once we start, of course, because it's a dream, then maybe you'll just smash cut into various scenes and sequences. We'll just see how it goes. So once you get your hands on 4 objectives, then that's when you go around and confront what they call the bastard, which is the person who's got you in his dream. So the kill, players, you find the bastard you're on the last stage. You have to find the bastard who's dreaming and take him out. He's protected by webs of security and privilege, lots of enemies to keep him at bay. You've got to find him, exploit his weaknesses, and finish the job. So then I've got some information here. So you'll never get hurt, but you will get consequences, and I'll tell those. They're essentially conditions that affect you throughout the game. So I'll let you know what those are as they occur. So let's learn a little bit about you guys. And tell us a little bit about your who you are, what you're about, what's your deal.
Well, as I mentioned, my name is Frank Horn, no relation. And yeah, I know what you think. I move items. I used to physically move items from one place to another, and then I realized that for money, other people will pay, or you could pay other people for moving your items, and then they bring me the stuff, and then I sell it to a person who then moves it.
Good way to get by in a tough city.
Yeah, well, and there's this giant shark that flies in the sky behind me a lot. So that's also a concern that I have.
A concern about a giant flying shark seems fair.
Yeah.
What do your friends know about you, Arlington Heights? Or what do these two know about you?
Well, I used to kind of just, I used to go around with my camera, I would take pictures of things, and then those pictures would be attached to articles that Post Majone would write. The pictures weren't always actually related to the articles. Sometimes I just take a picture of something that I thought looked cool, and then I'd give it to Post, and I'd say, hey, you gotta work with that, I guess. It's the best I got here. But, times have been tough, and I figured that all of my doings, like in and around the journals and the newspapers, was like a good transition to becoming an informant, informant. So now I collect like evidences, still with my camera, but like I gives it to the cops instead of the journals. So that's what I do. I feel like there's the tip of my fingers are always dripping out like acid, and it burns. But I've gotten a little bit used to it now,
Yeah, well, and there was that one time you popped your head like a zit.
Oh yeah, that was super weird. Like it had to grow back from like a seed, and I had a really small head for a while.
So do these guys know that you're working as an informant? Is that like between friends? This is known information. You keep your fence friend out of trouble.
Yeah, I run my mouth a lot. I don't know if you can tell.
The fucking accent and the audio quality combined.
I can't do it.
It's like when people call into radio shows to complain about a fence or a politician or both.
Hey, why you gotta complain about me? That's rude.
We've had a missed opportunity in the game based on dreams for you to be that fence and not the other fence.
Post Majone.
Oh yeah, so Post Majone, yeah. I've spent the last it feels like hundreds of years, and it can't be, but maybe it is, just organising and cataloguing and journaling and indexing hundreds and hundreds of nonsensical, non-related photos from my good friend Arlington. I have stacks that don't fit inside my huge filing cabinets in my office I keep, of just photos of things, unrelated colours and shapes. Nothing means anything. And when I'm not organising these, is what is my full-time job, I consider. I'm driving my friends around, mostly to move contraband or pick up contraband, dropping off contraband. Sometimes we do multiple in one trip. Efficiency.
If you
I was
walk,
telling you, those people exist now.
if you guys walked into a room, what would be the first thing that people like visibly notice about each of your characters?
Arlington's accent.
Just visit, like as soon as you walk in the room, they're like, that man sounds away.
He sounds like a broken
Yeah, when we-
drive-through speaker.
Yeah, when we walk into a room, I'm usually already telling a story, and so people usually notice the sound of my voice right away, and then they look at us, you know. And
I can
that's
see
when I
why you
snap the
led
picture.
into becoming an informant. Have you seen the Matt Damon movie, The Informant?
Yeah, that's you know, I'm all those guys.
What about you, Frank? What's the first thing people notice about you when you walk into a room?
Visually, I am wearing a suit that I have been wearing my whole life. I don't remember it ever being off of me. But because of that, it smells a lot like bourbon and cigarettes and like what's a really polite term for vomit?
Emissions.
Emissions of all kinds. So yeah, I would say a stench is probably pretty high up there. And then, yeah, as far as shoveledness, there's not a lot of that going on.
Yeah. All right.
The-
I'm going to
the
move
stench
the.
is high up there. The thing that we notice is an accent and a smell when we walk in the room.
So I've moved the game rules over to my other monitor so I can keep track of what's going on here, and I'm gonna see what's going on with our opening scenes.
Let's do it.
And
ready.
you guys you're headed to a dive bar. A dive bar you know pretty well.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
You know that there's someone. You're supposed to be. You know someone's fucked with Frank's business. Someone's messing with Frank's stuff. You know that there's basically you know someone around there. Someone's a traitor, but you don't know who. You're trying to find the identity of a traitor.
We gotta sniff out the rat boys.
As you pull up,
Oh god, the rat boys are here?
as you pull up in the car post, as you're reversing into the space and you check your mirrors, your mother's there, angry that you're using her first name and not calling her mum, as you reverse into the space
Mrs. Majone.
in the reflection, as you open the car door and you're
Joan.
as you open the car door and step out, a glass hits your face as Frank is being pulled off someone inside the bar that he was swinging and fighting at, and there's a tall man with a combination of drink and some blood down his shirt. He wipes his nose and he says, "We're not looking for any trouble, boys. Why don't we take a little breather before things get a little hectic. As he looks around and you see some bigger guys stood there. Arlington, one of them's your friend from school. No, he's not.
Refresh my memory, large man. Why was I just kicking your ass?
Let me assure you, you didn't kick my ass. I'm not so sure about Bill over there. As you look over, and Bill's in a booth with some kind of mafiosa style girlfriends tending to him, putting tissues up his nose and like saying like don't you worry, you'll get him, don't worry about it. And he's like angrily drinking and pushing the women away. He looks you up and down. He says, the tall man says, I know you.
Oh yeah?
You
Oh, me? Oh, no, not me. Wait, me?
He looks-
Arlo, maybe you should see if your medication comes at this bar. Get one of them Bacardis in you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Do you want me to get you some breath mints too, Frank? You know, because you smell awful. It smells like you've been
thank you.
Technicolor yawning all day.
Yeah, no, I did do the wet burps. So
Ooh.
Arlo, can you get my mom a cranberry juice while you're at the bar?
Oh, sure. Mrs. Majone, I'll get you a cranberry juice right hot.
as you turn around to see the person that Postma Jones referring to, there's no one there.
Post Majone in confusion. Oh yeah, I look inside the car. I'm like, Mom, as I like open the door and I'm like leaning in to look in the back.
Yeah, as you
console.
Open.
You go out into the car, and as you open the door to the car and you stick your head in it, you're inside a tent, but she's not there, but you're in your back garden, and when you pull it back out, it's the car again, but she's not there.
Right. I do that 3 or 4 times just to double check.
Yeah.
Is there anything that Post Majone could use? I'm looking around. I'm in a tent. Is there like a camping stove? I want something to thwack the assailants in the bar with.
Yeah,
If I can grab something.
I'm going to tell people about my new keeping it fair, remove your bias DM system. So, this is a fun one. All you need for this is a D4. So, you roll your D4, and it gives you one of 4 consequences. It either gives you a 4, which is great success. That is a yes and. So, is there a stove I can use if I roll a 4? Yes, and is red hot, and there's a poker in it. Then for a 3, that's a yes but. So yes but it's cold. Yes but it's out of gas. Yes but it's an easy bake oven for kids. Then if I roll a 2, that's a no but. So no, there's no stove there, but you did find a bunch of those camping hooks that hold up like you pin down a tent with, some like big hefty ones.
That would do it.
Yeah, and then a no.
A no but is what I have.
and and when you roll a 1, that would be like the worst consequence. So that's a no and. So like, not only did you not find that, as you're going through there, like as you see your stepfather kick your dog, and then you're out, and like you're. Yeah. So here we go. I'm gonna roll this D4. It's a 3, so it's a yes but. So yes, you did find the stove that you were looking for, but it's not as big as you remember when you were a kid. It's a little stove. It's like a little gas thing that you like switch and light, and then it's got like a little thing. You could basically warm a cup of coffee on this thing, but it is nevertheless a small gas powered portable stove.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that from the tent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around and head back into the bar, see if I can help out. See if I can help out the boys.
As you walk back in, Frank, you're being reminded that you helped this guy with some of his more exotic boozes out back. That he got a discount rate off of you, no questions asked.
Off of me?
Yeah, that's where he knew you from.
Oh. Oh.
The tall man introduces himself as Jack Smyer.
Jack Smyer, huh?
Yeah. What's your
Wow.
what's your friend drinking?
You know, I have more than one friend. I think it's kind of rude to imply otherwise.
Sorry, the guy, the voice guy.
The voice guy.
I nearly say I'm not his friend.
Hey.
We're actually.
Yeah, we're just neighbors. Don't worry about it. Arlo, what are you drinking, buddy?
Oh, this it's a pill bottle full of vitamin B6. Also, here you go, Post. I got your hot cranberry juice that you wanted. And
Thank
Frank,
you.
I got you a shot of lime juice mixed with Honey Nut Cheerios.
Hooray!
I head back out of the bar briefly to try and take my mum the cranberry juice.
So Jack leans over to the bar and he says, like, what are you doing in here, roughing people up?
Well, I'm pretty sure he had like some of my money, or he said something rude. My brain's a little foggy these days, but I know I don't punch somebody for no reason unless they're being a real prick.
Hey, who you calling a prick?
I think you fucking heard me, asshole.
Guy stands up and he's got a couple of his friends with him now.
Okay, cool. I have one friend and one acquaintance. Let's fucking do this.
As he says acquaintance, I walk back in without the cranberry juice.
I see that things are about to go down, and so I do a knee slide to like get closer, and as I'm sliding, I full flash fire off my camera to blind them.
Sure. As you slide, it sounds exactly like when you run your hands down a piano keys. But when you look, your knees are bleeding from rough wooden floors. As a guy stunned by the light staggers back for a moment, Post, unprepared, you get a crack to the side of the head.
Ow.
Hits you hard from like a big kind of gruff looking dude who has like an awful lot of stubble that's meant to look tough but actually reminds you of when you tried to grow a beard as a teenager and people were always so mean to you. Yeah.
Super real, super dark.
At that exact moment, Frank, you see this guy with like one nose tissue up his thing filled with blood, like take a really obvious wind back to like swing at you.
Who does? Me?
You do.
Vince?
You do, Frank.
Sorry, I was trying to talk to people in the chat. Okay, so here's what I do: is I would like to punch his fist out of the air.
Punch his fist out of the air.
Yeah.
All right, so that sounds of a medium difficulty, so we'll call that 3. We'll call that 3d6. So you want to roll 3d6. You want to say, like, what you got, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Motherfucker. Well, I lost the die.
Oh yeah, there we go.
First roll.
First one was a 5.
Yeah,
It's a 5.
All right,
First
we
one
got
was a 5.
a 5
Got a 3.
and a 3.
Good news. Fuck. I mean, Fuck. 3.
Oh, you messed up. Yeah, you go to punch the guy's fist out of the air, but it doesn't quite connect and leaves you way open for his extremely telegraph punch, which hits you right in the bottom of your jaw. And as you feel your jaw go back and crack for a moment, as you try and gain your balance, he looks at you and says, "Why haven't you done your homework?"
Because it's just pointless busy work. I passed the tests. Fuck.
Arlington, the stunned guy. What are you got any plans, ideas, concepts, sounds?
Well, since I'm bleeding from my knees, I don't believe I'm capable of standing right now. So what I'll do is I'll try to do like a breakdance sweep kick at him, like just flinging my legs as hard as I can at his legs.
I see. And your years working as a journalist turned informant, I'm assuming, don't help you massively with this reasonably complex task.
I mean, I'm used to fitting into like small spaces or using my body in weird, complex ways to get the picture.
Using my body
I
in
don't
weird,
know that
complex ways. I'm putting that on my CV.
Also, Vince, when you're up close to the camera, Jack pointed out that you just look like a floating head, and it's funny.
All right. So
It's funny.
we'll say to try and do like a break dancing kick. You'll need to roll 3. We'll call them 3. So roll 3d6.
Okay. A 1, a 2, and a 6.
A 1, a 2, and a 6. So you gain 1 token point. So however many tokens you've got, you've just gained another one. And you nailed it. You span around, and well, you can describe it if you've got anything that you want to put into it for flavour.
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
free.
I sort of like as I start the spin, I snap my fingers, and the soundtrack to the movie Space Jam starts playing, and that's what inspires me to like really nail the like swing kick, which then by the time I'm done, I noticed that the blood from my knees has like created a beautiful image on the floor, and so I snap a picture of that, of my own blood.
That's wonderful.
Postman Jones sees him take that photo and thinks, oh, for fuck's sake.
One more to put in your safe full of
Oh,
photos.
sorry. I need to find the filing cabinet. Does it go in blood or red?
You have any idea how many times this guy's tried to sell me photos? I can't move photos. They're not stolen.
All right, so things aren't going great as the guy decides. As you can see that the guy who cracked you round the head's coming for a left hook 2 post. Do you have any plans, ideas, or schemes?
It's very simple. I take my miniature stove
Yeah,
and I put it between my knuckles like one would a set of keys
sure.
to create an impromptu knuckle duster.
Right.
And I hit him as hard as I can.
Very much like taking the cigarette lighter from a car and just punching
Exactly
someone.
that. I just hit him as hard as I can with it.
Okay, so I would say that would be 3, but because you're using a specialised tool that you prepared for it, we'll bring it down and say it's 2.
There we go.
So there we go.
And I rolled a 5 and a 4.
All right, great success. Describe away.
Yeah, so like the little stove between my, second and third fingers poking through as I punch him with meteoric force, it creates a visible and audible like a 1960s Batman like pow, like a splat screen as I hit him. And he gets really hurt by my cartoon punch.
All right. As you stand there, the three of you, with two guys left and right taken down, and one guy stood in the centre. The one who's still up, big flared collar on his shirt, and tissue up his nose, real slick back, sloppy steaks looking motherfucker. He's slop him up. He's a real piece of shit.
Can't stop us already what?
As you do that, Arlo and Frank, you both see a guy run out the back door of the room. Post, you see the girl who said she'd be your girlfriend when you were in secondary school and then moved away.
Oh God. I'm like, Julianne! As I reach and shout for her.
As this person slips out the back, like through the kitchen doors of this bar.
Julianne, it's not that far. We can do long distance.
Suddenly, it's 50 years before the telephone was invented.
Yeah, it's too real. I can get a bus.
Everyone's looking at you. You're a couple of punches into a fist fight with three guys that you don't know how it started. There's only one of them left standing, and there's someone of interest that just like bolted out the kitchen doors.
I want to find like a fruit cart or like some kind of like a dolly that I can use as I'm gonna invent skateboarding,
Right.
and try to chase after this person.
Is there something I can use as a skateboard? Here we go. Get out the magic D4 of answers. Yes, and there's actually it was a drinks cart, but as you grabbed it, it came apart and it became a skateboard.
That's handy. Did I get any drinks out of it?
Yeah, you've got like a big fruity drink somehow, like with like umbrellas and stuff coming out of it.
Gee, this is how I like to live. All right, skating. I'm skating after this motherfucker.
Yeah, you skate through into the kitchen. There's like a busy kitchen scene. Someone yells, "Hey, you can't be back here!" You see someone clang through pots and pans towards the back. Your accomplices. What are you guys doing?
I mean, I'm fully convinced that the person that ran into the kitchen is Julianne, right? I'm chasing Julianne. I've got
Sure.
questions.
Running on foot, going around the back, going to your car, tunneling down
okay.
in the hope that she's going to China.
No, I mean, yeah, I've seen Frank take off on a skateboard into the kitchen one way. I'll run around the back. I'll run around the outside of the building and see if I can come in like a fire exit or something.
Sure. As you're running round the building, you can hear like sports day whistles as you start making it around. You get to the back door. I'm just going to check with Arlo quickly before anything moves.
So I look at the last guy and I'm like, well, Sloppy Joe. Looks like it's just you and me right here in the dive bar.
So good.
And I challenge him to a diving competition since this is a dive bar.
Yeah. No, this all scans.
As he snaps his speedos, and you look down to the long depths to a circus style barrel bucket with crowds cheering. As you step towards the edge, you feel a sense of dread as you remember your how bad your fear of heights is.
Oh boy. I pop a couple pills to try to calm my spirit.
Maybe it'll vertigo away.
Oh.
The guy's in your ear. He's like he's the guy's in your ear. He's like, jump, pussy, idiot, moron, jump, come on, jump.
that's just post.
Yeah, you have been to America, haven't you?
I will. Yeah, I will do a. I will do an awkward somersault forwards into a jump of. What's the diving term? I do a pike. Yeah, I do a pike.
Very nice.
All right, so this is insane and dangerous and requires 4 dice.
Okay, that's fair.
Thunderchild in the chat expressed the F's for a posts one who got away.
Yeah, spoiler alert, that's me. I am Thunderchild.
That's fucking
All right,
hilarious.
I got 2.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna shout out somebody who's watching. Oops. It's you.
How'd you do,
I got
Arlo?
a 2, then a 4, then a 6. So I think I'll get another little thingy. But then I rolled a 4th dice and it was a 6 also.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no! Oh, you hit the edge of the barrel, and for a moment you feel hopeless, not because of the pain of impact of you hitting the barrel, but that everyone saw you and you failed in front of so many people. Anytime you have to do any kind of challenge that requires bravery, you need to roll an extra d6 now.
His fucking face.
Oh no!
All right, so at this moment, Post Malone sees the back
Get it
door,
right.
the back door swing open, and a man who is also his high school sweetheart, 2 people who are the same person but aren't, come through the door with Frank, like with a huge grin on his face, like grinding like on rails in the kitchen towards the back door. And at the moment where you think everyone's gonna grab him, Arlo falls on top of him from somewhere. Crash bang. All like both of them like horribly hurt by this dramatic fall. And he's wet.
Yeah, makes
The thing
sense. That tracked.
I was wearing knee pads, shoulder pads, and a helmet, and my cousin's baseball umpire chest guard. And I was going over a ramp. I knew it. I was ready for it.
Yeah, so there's a guy. He's like, get off of me, Post, as you lean in, and that's not who you thought it was. That's a guy. You don't know this guy. Arlo,
okay.
Arlo, you recognise him, and Frank, you think you know who he is.
Oh, yeah. Why am I dreaming about so? Oh, fuck.
Oh.
There is suddenly a shake everywhere,
Oh.
like a. The guy stands up and dusts himself off as he puts his credit card in your tray, and you open the little envelope to see that he's left you a hefty tip. You thank him and head out into the back of the restaurant where you work, and you feel incredibly tired from working your double shift. You take a small moment to look at your phone, and you've got so many missed calls from your wife, who you had an argument with her this morning. And as you look down at your phone to try and text her back, you're in the back of Postman Jones' car driving somewhere.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You okay, Frankie boy?
Headache. No.
Okay. and then I'll bring the shutter up back up on the car.
You feel a deep sense of something following you, Frank. You look everywhere behind you. You think every car's following you, and they're not. They turn off different directions. Every person's looking at you.
Well, that's fine, because being paranoid's my default state.
Back to baseline.
I need to top up my Beverine, as we just
Yeah, I take mine grey with premium.
dramatically crashed out of a scene. So I'm
Hard
gonna.
oops on that one, y'all.
Would not recommend.
Yeah, no, I definitely, like, didn't even finish my thought. I just went, fuck.
So as we go into the second one, I'm just going to finish the little bit here, and then I'll go get a top up. As we go into the second one thing we haven't done yet is you guys haven't used any of your tokens. So if you've got the PDF up, take a little look at that. Speak on that, change that, add this, move it along. No, and I'm in charge now. As you've topped up a couple of tokens from that first section when we got to know you guys a little bit. Watched you start to succeed and fail upwards, and then slam out of it. So if someone can say Hot Dice Nerds a lot while I
Hot Dice Nerds a million years.
Hot Dice Nerds.
HotDiceNerds.com,
Twitch.tv/Hot Dice Nerds.
Twitter.com/Hot Dice Nerds. Spotify.com. Probably /Hot Dice Nerds. Just HotDiceNerds.com. A million years. Hot Dice Nerds. Yeah, we do this.
Nerds.
We do this often, and we like it. Oh shit! Entozune subscribed. Fuck yeah! Thank you.
Fuck yeah, Entozune.
That
Thank you for
is
the
rad.
subscription.
Yeah, and we, have a rotating cast of characters. We always have a lot of different people on here, and a lot of different. Well, sometimes we have different people who run it. Mostly me, or sometimes Tom.
The faces change, but the bullshit is the same.
Yeah, it's all just a bunch of dumb,
And,
stupid,
well,
dumb.
interesting fact. I think all four of us have run campaigns.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah,
That might well be true, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
forgot
Because I
about
did the
your-
Crash Pandas at one
I
time.
forgot about Crash Pandas. I was wearing like a mask that I like handmade on the stream, and like the eye holes were so uncomfortable that I like was just focusing.
that week you became the Hot Dice Nerds official cat girl.
That was back.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's how I got my name.
The important thing about Hot Dice Nerds is we don't do that thing that people do where they just stream their long campaign. We play one shots or couple of episodes of something, so that you can get in, see how the game works, enjoy it, end of the story. Standalone Monster of the Week stuff. So you don't have to go back and like watch from the beginning. Every single one you can watch on its own. So we are playing.
And I think
Sorry, go on.
EB you may have just forgot that I had DM'd before because I didn't look like the rest of you. So that's
There we
Oh,
go.
that's what happened.
right. Now
That's
we
much
all
better.
look the same.
Have you seen that movie Her?
Yeah, you do look
I haven't.
so Joaquin.
Like Joaquin Phoenix,
Oh yeah.
I'm getting big Joaquin vibes.
Too much reflection though. So
Can we?
all right, I'm back. It's all over.
Just subscribe to me. Said that
We got
they're
another
here for the
subscriber.
character accents and Space Jam music. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That's all we love to hear.
So we're gonna need to bust out some non R. Kelly Space Jam songs.
I'm actually going to increase the terror a little bit. I think instead, based on how that last one went, put a little background
I'm
music
also
in.
going to do a quick drink refill. I'll be right back.
All right,
Let's do
let's
that.
find some
Oh
terror
yeah,
music.
probably also
Yeah.
fortify myself.
Ooh, you guys can't hear it, but like this is good terror music I'm playing on the stream. It's far too loud for when we're actually doing it, but this will work perfectly. So I'm going to bring it over here so I can talk through the game a bit with people who haven't done it. So we are put it on the side, and then I'll put us to the side of that so that people can see our beautiful faces. There we go. And then I'll turn down this insanely loud music. There we go. So this game, like many games that we play, is written by Grant Howitt. He writes one-shot games that are very unique each time. It's not just the idea of what the game is that is entertaining for the games that he writes. They're also like their engine that runs them at the core. That's a unique thing. So the idea of giving tokens to players to let them do everything from change the narrative to become the GM, and then the idea that like you roll a number of dice and they need to not match. I've never played a game where the concept is your dice must not match. It's always like a statistical thing to see like, you know, like where the bell curve is for the most likely things. So you don't want to, like, you want things to go well. So you roll a bunch of them and halve them down, etc. Like, this is a really interesting way to go about doing that. And he writes games with other people as well. So you can find Grant Howard's games. He is on Twitter. He is GS Howitt. So that's GSHOWITT. He wrote this one with Alex Roberts, whose Twitter name is Muscular Pikachu, which I'm a huge fan of. These games are, you can see them here. This is 2 sheets of paper. And if it wasn't for the graphics and things, maybe this even fits on one. It took us 15 minutes to go through and get a feel for the game, and then playing it takes 2 hours, 3 hours, however you guys are playing. These games lend themselves always to like everyone contributing to the story. Tom, who you see on our stream here, called at Post Majone, on Twitter, TM Gray. Is that your Twitter? TM Gray? TCM Gray? TTRPG Gray? Tom Gray. What's your Twitter handle?
TMCGRY.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
It's my name with no vowel.
Okay. So, I was just saying that, like, Grant Howitt writes these interesting games and works with other people, and like they put these games together, and like the engine behind them is interesting, and like his are always very kind of everyone contributes to the story, and like you wrote Weird Weird West, which also has a kind of everyone contributes to the story vibe about it.
I'm extremely impressed by Grant Howitt. Yeah, all his work is great.
Yeah, and I think
all the collabs.
Games in general that rely on the players and the GM to contribute to the world that's around them and like collective storytell it. They represent how the game should be, because when you have a game based on dice where it shouldn't matter for the story if people succeed or fail, then success and failure isn't something that anyone should be concerned about, GMs or players. So collective storytelling has equal value because no one is trying to win or lose. And anyone
you're not trying to win. That's what it removes.
There should never be trying to win. There should never be oppositional. So like you should never have like a game master trying to ruin the work of everyone, of all the players, and vice versa. Like you should all be working towards the same goal, which is to tell a story that goes well or not well for the players you have invented.
Yeah. The players should have fun. The characters can get fucked over, but the players
exactly.
But
the players should have a fun time, and their characters are allowed to suffer. That is actually
massively all the way through. But
that's actually something.
Players should have a good time. Yeah.
There's something here in the thing. If the player characters get hurt, don't worry about their bodies. They can take a beating.
Yeah.
As evidenced by Harlow.
Yeah. The man with all the blood. The blood man.
So, why don't you, let's see, Arlington Heights, why don't you roll me a d10?
A d10?
Yeah, and re-roll if you get a 10, please.
Okay. Just finding my d10. Shit, what do they look like? Oh, that's it. Oh, is that an 8?
They're like the little diamond ones.
Desperately fighting the urge to say the one with 10 sides.
Yeah.
2.
2. All right. And then, Frank, roll me a d10.
right, stand by. I don't actually own one, so I gotta.
Use the website for it. You re-roll if you get me a... Oh, no, actually, you don't need to re-roll because you missed an objective, so yeah.
What I should have done is pulled this up before now. But then I got hyped.
If you Google the words dice roller, Google has a pretty decent one, like built in.
Yeah, but D&D Beyond has those cool-looking dice.
It's true.
I rolled the number 2.
Number 2. Oh, yeah, okay. So, you guys...
said ominously.
Yeah. So, you're pretty sure that you know a place. You know an all-night diner. Who knows an all-night diner around here that's good?
I mean, I would think all three of us were night owls.
Yeah.
Just want to go to Debbie's.
Yeah, Debbie sounds good. I like their shakes and burgers.
Who runs Debbie's?
Guy named Jeff.
Guy named Jeff runs Debbie's. What kind of place is it?
And the slogan, which I'm taking from an actual late night diner in my town, is a good place to sit and eat.
Yeah, that's
diner here.
That's
in
the
my
idea,
town.
motherfuckers.
To just,
What do you serve? Food.
yeah.
No,
Welcome
no,
to
I
Keegan's,
was-
a good place to sit and eat.
I mean, I know that it's hilarious because like everything else is heavily marketed, but I do have a soft spot for things that are just very, very clear about what they are. When you see a place and it is just like, we have tables and chairs and can serve you food, I'm like, you're speaking my language. There we go. I want to sit down in a chair at a table and get fed. So yeah, we're on. Let's do this.
Your use of the phrase instead of like and be served food and get fed. It's
Why don't you stand behind me and use your arms as my arms?
Yeah, I don't want to get served food. I want to be fed.
I have often fantasized. I've never actually done it, but I've often thought about offering a delivery person a bunch of extra money to come and feed me pizza in the bath. I mean, I feel like having a bubble mask or like wearing.
What are you going to do? Put a note on the door that's like
close to pot.
50 bucks if you come in and feed me the pizza, brackets, no weird stuff. Like, no one's coming in for that.
No. I would class it up a bit more than that, obviously. And you know me, I would just level with them. I'd be like, hey.
So, I have the dramatic music playing, so like you were like, oh, I'll just level with them, and at that exact moment you went, I'll just level with them, boom, and then you were like, hey.
Okay, so just what I want is I'm too tired to use my body, and I will pay you a lot of money to just come in and hold the pizza over my mouth while I chew it, and I will be nude, and I'm sorry, but
Just the idea of you
the specific
drive-through.
of it being like grapes as opposed to like not horizontal like one would take pizza.
I'm laying down. I'm in a bath.
Yeah. No, I get it, dude. I get it.
The mental
Don't let me
image
tread on your
of-
dreams.
Of like your wife driving a car and you leaning out of the passenger seat, just kind of pouring at the intercom at a drive-through, being like, "Can you chew it for me?"
Yeah, just put it in a blender. Give me a straw. Strap it to my fucking face.
Welcome to Debbie's. You can sit and
to be
eat.
clear, yeah, just to be
I-
clear, this is all canon, right? Like we're doing this right now.
This is canon, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Right,
no,
we've been
yeah.
saying this whole time.
I've lowered the screen. Like,
Impact.
so Debbie's.
So,
good, yeah.
Debbie seems like the kind of place where you could find out what's going down tonight. Maybe why would Debbie's be the kind of place that could happen?
After the bars close down at 4, that's where all the hoodlums and the drunks, and the miscreants, and the what do they call them? The people that have sex,
Scoundrels.
scoundrels.
Fornicators.
Yeah. I was gonna say sluts.
You can be a slut, not fuck.
Oh yeah, no, me.
That's true.
Never mind.
That's true, said Post, sobbing in the car.
Someone wonders if the person who has sex is called a sexist. I don't think so. In fact, I think people classified as that have far less sex. So yeah, why would Debbie's be the kind of place to find out what's going down? What kind of people are you going to find in there? Like, does Jeff know something? Did Debbie know something? Does she still work there? What's going on with this place?
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that I like the idea that Post knows one of the waiters or waitresses, because as a former journo, having like contacts in the city is always good.
Yeah.
People to speak to. My old friend, I'm gonna pick a name completely at random, Bugsy, who serves at Debbie's. He sees faces. He keeps an eye out for me.
Does he owe you any money?
Obviously, yeah. He's
Sure,
a penniless waiter who I do favours for.
Sure. So you're like Bugsy, where's Malone?
Precisely.
Have you posted it yet?
Is Post Malone, where's Malone, Bugsy?
It's a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give the frog a loan.
Do you know this place at all? Either Arlo or Frank?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, this place, I've been here a bunch, and actually, I think a lot of people are sick of me taking their pictures, especially at this time of the morning or night, depending on how you think about it. So before we're really gonna go in there, I think I'm gonna have to disguise myself. So I'm gonna put a fake mustache over top of my mustache. And then I'll put on a necktie, which makes me completely unrecognizable.
Every time you're trying to put on the necktie, someone's trying to straighten it for you, and you can't tell who's trying to straighten it because there's no one else sat next to you. But every time you try and straighten it, it's not going like you wanted, and you keep trying to get it straight, and someone keeps telling you it's wrong, and you just can't seem to quite get it right. You can roll me a 1d6 to try and get your tie on.
So yeah,
that's an auto
pass,
pass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an automatic success, but if you get a 6, he's going to get a token for it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I said.
I did roll a 6.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, you get it on eventually, and as you do so, like for a moment, you feel like you have more control over the world than you normally feel.
Right.
That fades.
So I'm successfully disguised?
Yeah, I mean, you're successfully doing what you said you wanted to do, which was to put on a tie and a mustache over your mustache. Like,
It's too good. It's too good. He can't be beat.
For those just listening later, he held up a teddy bear with his hat on.
if you're ever in the frozen tundra run by geese known as Canada, find yourself at Vince Side Jokes, and I assume go see him in some kind of live performance where he's naked and covered in paint.
Or feed him pizza while he's naked. Whatever he's covered in.
He likes to get fed.
Whatever you're into.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So, does anyone know anything about Jeff that runs this place? Has he got connections?
Oh yeah. No, Jeff is one of my longtime clients. I grew up in this joint, you know. It was the only place you could smoke cigarettes as a 10-year-old, so that's why I came when I was a kid. And yeah, Jeff and Debbie are, you know, they're like family to me.
Oh, so Debbie's alive and doing well.
Oh yeah. She just doesn't like working. She doesn't like people. Fair
enough. All right. So we've got a waiter called Bugsy that's like knows Post from time to time, and here's things on the grapevine. We've got Jeff who runs the place, and Debbie who's the face of the operation. And they what kind of stuff are they buying off of you, or are they selling, or like how do they fit into your fencing world?
they make connections. That's
Oh, they know people to put you in contact with other people. They're a fence's fence.
it's what we call redundancy.
Yeah. Right. And Arlo, do you go here much? No, I assume because you're wearing it. No, yes, you said you go here, which is why you're disguised.
Disguised in a mustache
Yeah.
on top of your mustache. And
Mustache on top of his mustache
Yeah.
and a necktie.
Yeah. So I come here pretty often. I usually go and order like the eggs Benedict, and a diet Coke. But because I'm trying to not draw attention to myself, I will go over to the jukebox and I will punch in the best of Billy Joel.
It's Running Man. It's Running Man.
Calmly
E7.
walk over to a stool and sit down and do pretend I'm writing the great American novel.
As you step out of the car to enter the place, Frank, it reminds you of every time that you've stepped out of a car to go into an IHOP at 4 a.m. This is kind of like vaguely reminds you of your like late teens and early 20s in a kind of rush of like cold air and bad smells, and like this place still has strip lighting, despite the fact that, you know, everything seems to have moved on. This place still lit by those big old long disgusting bulbs. Everyone's kind of a little blue. You could see the elderly's veins if there were any left at this time of night. What time of night is it? Anyone? 2 a.m.
Yeah, early, yeah.
It's 2 a.m. As you guys walk in, you can smell. You know when you make a big pot of coffee and then no one drinks it, and then you leave it there for a while, and then it's half as big. That smell.
Yeah, the cough evaporation smell.
Yeah, the filter coffee has continued to be heated on the plate to smell. As you walk in, post, you see Bugsy's there. Sees you guys. Where are you sitting at the table? Or are you sitting at a booth? Like, where are you guys sitting here?
I think probably at a table, right? Because if we're a booth, we're a little enclosed. So
I'd prefer where I don't care where we sit. I just want to be back to a wall facing the door.
Yeah.
okay. Oh no, in that case, yeah. Okay, let's go to a booth like in the corner so that Frank can
Yeah.
sit in the corner with Fate looking out.
Incidentally, that's what we used to call at my local Denny's. That corner booth we called the Mafia booth.
The Mafia booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it normally like just a bored goth booth?
Yeah. Duh. But that's what we called it.
So, you guys sit down in the booth. Guy comes up. What's his name? Bugsy comes up. Puts laminated menus down in front of the three of you. And he's got a coffee pot with him. He's like, "You guys wanting coffee?"
I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
three.
yeah. Yeah, coffee, glass of water, glass of orange juice, glass of milk, Bloody Mary, and some whiskey.
Glass of water, glass of orange juice, glass of whiskey, and what was the other one?
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary. Yeah. Pours out coffee, says, "Free refills all night long, as long as you order food." The kitchen's closing in 20 minutes. Hey, Post.
In that case, I would like to order the all-you-can-eat cocktail shrimp.
Eat, drink, cocktail, shrimp.
Well, you can eat, drink, cocktail shrimp. Sure. I think we've still got some. Okay. He goes away. You guys sit in the booth. You look around you. If you guys ever want to spend any tokens, like you can just yell out at any point.
I'm thinking about it right now.
Yeah, if you want to yell out anything you want to spend tokens on, go for it. Like at any point you can do it. It doesn't need to be during an action or anything like that. So as you guys look around you, this place is it's busy for 2 a.m. There's a lot of people who've like been out drinking, they're getting a little food, or people there's some people who look like they've been They've like finished a long shift. They're getting some stuff. You see people in uniforms, but they're like, they've got their stuff off. They've taken their name tag out, but you can see the place where a name tag should be and things. There's
they're still wearing their mascot outfit, just not the head.
just not the head exactly right. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's going on here.
There's a guy dressed as a bee.
This isn't Frank
That's
from
weird.
from your normal times being in here, Frank. Normally, when you're looking for people who know people, when you meet people, it's during the daylight hours. During the night time, there tends not to be anyone around here. If anything interesting's ever happening at 2 a.m., it's somewhere else, or it's in the car park. It's not under the strip lights of this place, smelling of like coffee and drunks and people who've worked an 8-hour shift.
Oh, drunks have information, and they
It's-
won't remember telling you a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is you're here hoping to find out what's going down tonight. That's what you were hoping to get to when you got here.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's do it.
Let's get it on.
Bugsy brings over a large kind of faux cocktail glass, like too big to be a real cocktail glass, filled with quite a lot of ice, quite a lot of pinkish brown prawns, and like a lot of Thousand Island dressing. And puts it.
I
put-
immediately gorge. I immediately gorge myself on as many shrimp as possible, and gain the weight in real time.
Yeah, as you're doing that, this excess that you're like experiencing, yeah, you feel yourself get like larger as it happens, and like it hurts you physically. You can like feel the awfulness of it. As you like finish all of this off, you can see people looking at you.
For those just listening, Vince is now a pig.
Oh, did he change it? Is that a pig? I'm having difficulty telling. They're all adorable.
Yeah, well, I can't tell the difference between him and a cuddly bear.
Oh, I see.
That's for sure.
Now they're next to each other. I see one of them is more rotund than the other. What people say when they see me and my brother. I can tell them apart. One of them is more rotund than the other.
Yeah, all my brothers are stepbrothers. Much more hirsute.
So,
I'm letting go of the bit now.
Is Arlo allergic to shellfish? Is that what just happened?
Is that
oh,
why
that
you
was all
played?
swelled up. Yeah.
Probably what happened.
That was Entozune in the chat who asked
Yeah.
that question.
Oh yeah, is Arlo allergic? Well, let me use my D4 and we'll find out, shall we? Are you happy with this, Arlo?
Oh. Yeah.
This is
I got a 4, yes, and you start to go into whatever the thing is, but yeah.
Anaphylactic shock.
Yeah, your neck starts to swell up and you're like getting patchy all over your face. Like your necktie feels the tightest that you've ever felt anything. You're like,
I had a necktie before a shrimp allergy.
Oh boy, this ain't good. I think I might have to pop my head like a zit again.
All right, emergency tracheotomy.
yeah, okay, yeah, you jump forward and attempt to emergency tracheotomy. Do you, based on anything that you can tell me about your character and background, have any prepared skills to allow you to assist in diving into an emergency tracheotomy against a swelling up man in front of you?
I told you, I grew up in this restaurant. Have you seen the size of the food they serve here?
I'm spending my 2 tokens so that Frank knows how to perform a tracheotomy.
There we go. Okay, so
we go.
that was going to be a 4 because, of course, it's very difficult to perform a tracheotomy. He's going to spend his 2, so I'll bring that down to a 3. So,
Okay. All right. Two.
okay.
Fuck. 2.
2 is the number that you roll the most. Of all the games I play with you, you roll a 2 so often.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, though, I don't always use this one physical.
Oh, it's not the dice. It's you, hun.
So a 2, a 2, and a 3 is what
Two,
I
two, and a 3. Oh, it didn't go as well as you hoped. As you stab him in the neck, he can breathe again for a moment. But as you like pull the straw out, there's like blood everywhere, and the whole room like gets more stressed, and like he's trying to stop it. People are looking, and like he can breathe, but like you guys are making a scene, like a scene. There's a guy who can breathe out of both his mouth and his neck hole, going like with blood, and you guys are like stood near that.
Well, I still need some eggs though, and my Bloody Mary never came.
I ordered 3 coffees, and Bugsy owes me.
Your coffees got poured immediately. Your coffees are all there.
No, he ordered 3 coffees for him.
Just for him. Bugsy comes
I
out.
wanted 3 coffees. I've been driving all night.
Bugsy comes and like helps you back into your seat. And he's like, "Oh my god, are you all right?" And he looks over at like posters. Like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Well, we were trying to create a distraction so you could escape.
Escape?
Yeah, like, isn't this isn't like a sentence? You're not. Sorry, we thought you were kept here against your will.
He like clicks his pen. He's like, "Rude."
Terribly sorry there, Frank, but it seems that you've punctured my vocal cords, and my voice is sounding all funny now. What's going on here?
Well,
I can't seem to find my real voice.
you were dying, and I saved you. So maybe thank you is more appropriate.
Oh, well, jolly good show.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. And I suppose I'll have to figure out how to stitch this up. Pip pip cheerio.
I like just leaning into Frank like, is Arlington okay?
Oh yeah, probably.
as I'm holding 3 cups of coffee on one finger.
Jeff walks out of the back room and looks over at you guys, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck the hell are you guys doing?" Comes over like and looks at. He's like, "Bugsy, clear this thing up. Jesus Christ, are you guys all right? What the hell happened?"
Have you heard of the Heimlich maneuver?
Hey, Frank, good to see you. Gives you a little handshake.
Yeah, but anyway, we haven't. So he had a shellfish allergy, previously unknown to him, and thought trying all you could drink shrimp cocktail shrimp, that would be the thing to try.
There's a guy in here yesterday. He said he didn't have a shrimp allergy, no history of shrimp allergy. He had the same fucking thing. Like, you 2 a.m.
What was
shrimp.
that?
This is just what's going to happen to you. I mean, it's $1.99.
Alex was here yesterday.
It's $1.99. Oh.
I take out my pill bottle and I go to take some pills, but they just sort of fall out like chiclets or like a Pez dispenser.
And like some of them are just kind of like
Then I just keep
globbing
driving.
out through your
Unbelievably
neck hole.
Just cram a couple into the neck hole. Yeah.
Yeah, I hold your neck for you. Like,
Oh, thank you, Post.
Are they-
I feel much better.
So you were going to say something, Frank?
Yeah, suddenly the floor is made of sand, and my shoes have started filling up with sand and little crabs.
Yeah. As you do that, Jeff puts his like hand on your shoulder, like like rolls his fingers onto your shoulder, and he leans in like a little bit too close, and he's like, I couldn't shift any of that stuff you gave me. I couldn't find anyone that was interested in it. They're all too busy.
What are they doing?
He leans in close again. He's like, they're all out for the night. You know where.
So, the place that I woke up this morning was a field. So, I don't know much of anything. You mind just doing me a little refresh?
Maybe you don't know where. And he like writes down an address on a sheet of paper and puts it in your mouth, like too slowly.
I look him directly in the eye as I pull it out of my ear.
Yeah. He like pulls away from you, and as he pulls away from you, like the room starts to become more like the diner again. But as the room like moves back into the diner, he continues to move like away and up and just disappears out through the corner of the room.
Directed by David Lynch.
Yeah.
God is a lesbian. Expand on that. No.
Well then, yeah. Fuck, golly. Do I still have the address?
Yeah, you pull it out and look at it. You like roll it out. It's the opera.
Oh yeah, it's the opera. I knew that.
Huh.
I was just so distracted by the blood and the liquor and the stabbing.
That's it. Yeah, the opera tomorrow. Interesting stuff.
Should we take a long rest?
Yeah,
Arlington.
What happens if we?
Arlington,
Oh, no, wait.
tell me about your like most important teenage memory.
When I was a kid, well, you know, I was like 15 years old, and there was a fight in the hallway, and these two guys went at it, but one of them shoved the other guy so hard against the lockers, and it was my locker, that the locker actually bent inwards, and I couldn't open my locker anymore. And it felt like even though they were fighting each other, somehow they were bullying me. And I couldn't open my locker, and I tugged really hard. And when it finally gave way, the metal of the locker cut my hand. And so now I got this groovy scar on my hand. And that's a real story from my life.
I could tell it was super dark and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Can
was
you
not
roll?
improvised? That was just true.
Can you roll me a D10 as well, please, Arlo?
They say write what you know. That's why all my shit's depressing.
I don't like this game anymore.
They say write what you know, which is why I write nothing. Did you say 7? Exciting
7.
stuff. Okay. Post. Have you got a seminal moment that defined who you are as a person, either as a child or a teen or an adult as you started your career, or something that really made you who you are?
I'm gonna tie this. I'm gonna tie this into Post's bad habit, which I chose, which is, so I like the idea that maybe he had like a cool older brother that was like much older, like you know 10 or 11 years older than him, and his older brother was into some bad shit and got Post hooked on drugs, and that's why Post is now suffering from the bad habit of doing heroin. He's a smack addict, and he has, you know, just this terrible memory of being in like his brother's apartment in downtown Brooklyn, and it's disgusting and grim, and all his brother's older friends are there, and they're all egging him on to do it. Just do it. Don't be a pussy, Post. Don't be a pussy. And his brother Jemima is like, yeah, do it, Post. And he did it for the first time. He did the heroin.
The heroin.
The heroin. What made muse.
Can you roll me a D10, please, Post?
I can roll you a d10. That is a 3.
A 3. So you guys know from what you've learned so far, you know that there's something to do with the opera. You know that someone betrayed you or betrayed someone, but you don't know what. You didn't get to the details of that. What you do know from the information that you've picked up so far is that the address that you got given for the opera wasn't the address for the opera. It said the name of the opera house, but the thing below it was an address that when you drove to it was a cemetery.
Oh, geez, you guys.
And you're pretty sure that what you've been given is a clue that'll help you find where you need to go next. Somewhere in this graveyard.
What can I see as I'm looking for a parking spot? What
Yeah.
can I see in the graveyard?
As you pull up, what you find is there's like street parking, and then there's a large kind of gothic-looking, multi-sectioned, like grave carer's house to the left.
Like the groundkeeper's house.
Groundkeeper's house, yeah, but they're always fucking crazy. At least in the UK, they're always fucking crazy looking. Like, I would desperately want to live in one of those, even though like they overlook graveyards. Like, eventually those graveyards will fill and those buildings will become available, and I will live in one. Anyway,
I got weird and real.
yeah.
You definitely already live on a graveyard.
No, I live in a chapel, not a church. So like there's no buried people here.
There's definitely bodies.
That you know of. There's probably a fucking potter's field under your house.
I mean, there is a field that when it gets really hot in the summer and it dries out, a guy flies a drone over and you can see shapes of where like ye olde buildings used to be in like medieval or earlier times. But it's a horse field. No one's allowed in there because the horses are in there. So yeah. So
None of that was a dream, by the way.
Or was it?
Oh, I said the word. I said the D word.
Doesn't that feel bad?
Oh no! It feels bad.
You look Frank in the eyes, and for a moment, both
Still
of you,
driving.
yeah, for a moment, you're holding a steering wheel, but Frank stood in front of you, and both of you look at each other, and both of you make eye contact, and you're terrified, and then also you're both dead, and the flesh falls off of you, and then a sense of dread fills both of you as
Did I say it again?
you still haven't had any consequence from the last time you said
Okay.
it.
I don't know.
Oh, he's just rolling it all into one big consequence.
And as you try and get out of the car, your like car key snaps and the steering wheel breaks, and as you try and open the door, it like
I'm like doing the indicators and
turns
the fucking...
turns the glue as you touch the door and like rolls away into the drain.
I would like to spend my tokens. I would like to spend 2 tokens. If I can do that. Can I do that?
Spend 2 tokens to do change that.
Yeah. So instead of the car.
So change that. Make me swap out a detail in the scene. If you don't like the change I make, you can request changes 3 more times.
All right.
So you want me? We're talking about the scene where like everything's falling apart as he's trying to exit his vehicle, or we're talking about you guys?
I'm having a bad time.
Yeah. I want to change. Like, instead of the car failing, I want the car to morph into a tandem, like a 3-seat tandem bicycle that has like shark fairing on it,
I'm sorry, but that would absolutely require 7 tokens to make you the GM now. You can ask me for
That's just what I wanted. That's
Yeah.
I'm just.
Okay, I get the idea. So yeah, so your car's arriving. It's falling apart as you do it. As instead of the car turning to glue as he steps out of it, instead it's all incredibly brittle. So as he snaps the key and grabs the handle breaks and the window breaks as he opens the thing. As he steps out and closes it behind it, the whole vehicle kind of like creaks and cracks and like cracks appear across it.
Me and Arlo just.
Yeah, you're still there, presumably. Just like,
Yeah, the whole car like
shatters like
it's still
Minecraft
no,
blocks.
it's still there. It's still working as a car, but now like all of it seems like cracked, as if for a moment it was like crystallized and banged, and then
right,
it became
right,
a normal
okay, yeah,
car again. So like all the metal has cracks in it, and all the windows like have cracks in them. Like the whole thing seems like it was freeze dried and warmed.
All
You
right,
happy with that?
Love it. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. That then.
It's hard to cross out tally marks without accidentally making it look.
I did the exact same thing 2 seconds ago. I was like, oh, I don't have 3.
Yeah, I just had to scribble.
Right, like, I'll get out of the cars. Arlington, Frank, get out.
Alright.
As I'm like holding a broken handle, I guess, like a bit of wing
take a
mirror.
drink of my flask, and it's milk. It's old, fucking, just regular ass milk.
You look at the sheet of paper you've
I
got
would
given.
like-
Oh yes, go ahead.
I would like to pull out the children's menu from where we just were, Debbie's.
Yeah.
Which like children's menus always have like a maze or a map on it.
Oh my god.
Sure.
And I'd like to see if I can figure out on the map which grave I'm assuming we have to dig up. I came into cemetery thinking there's
I
no way
absolutely
we're
love
not
this.
digging up
This
a
is
grave.
fantastic. Yeah, like you immediately look at it and like there is something drawn onto the thing, and like you follow the route and you eventually come to. Sorry, tear out
Vince,
the
that's
page
just
so I
good
don't
writing,
lose it.
buddy.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You get to who have we got in the chat? Let's have a little look. Who have we got? We've got someone called Enterzoon. So most.
Enterzoon.
All right.
We've got
Jack was
Cassette.
here. Thunderchild.
We'll do
was
Enterzoon. It's the most. So here we go. You get to a grave that says it says E.N. Tazoon. Oh no! It says sorry. It says E.N. and then underneath that it says died Tazoon.
Oh. This is why I love it.
Can we,
Right there. That's.
how do you
Delete this.
how do you give the GM inspiration?
You know what, Drew? I'm going to speak on behalf of the players when I say you can now change one detail of the following scene. You get 2 tokens. Good for you, sir. Well done.
That was fucking brilliant.
There you are. You stood over the grave of E.N.
E.N.
So I would like to soar up into the sky using a hang glider, if I can.
Almost certainly.
What?
Okay. That's fine.
Wait, is he engaging tokens? Is this a thing?
If you're using tokens, then you can like have more control over the universe around you. But otherwise, you should expect that the universe is happening to you within your own remit of what you would normally expect to be real.
Yeah. Maybe I hallucinated that.
You did. Some over the shoulder of you is a breath.
Fucking hell.
That's why I thought the wind was flying me.
You feel it, Frank, like a breath over you, and as you spin round, there's no one there.
It's just post.
Do I have some kind of scuba snorkel attached to my face? Like, is this like the Dune universe?
No, it's just someone breathing right behind you, but there's no one there.
Well, I mean, there are two people here. Are you guys sneaking behind me to breathe for a few seconds and then sneaking
No,
back around?
I'm breathing into Arlington's ear just as I'm behind him.
Well, he's just taking pictures of a grave repeatedly.
Yeah. He's photographing the EN grave, and I'm behind him like, ha! What's this, Arlington? Ha!
I'm going to I take my camera and when Post does one of his breaths, I like turn the lens of my camera so that the breath goes on the lens of the camera, so I can get like a nice like frosted look on the picture.
I'm
taking
cataloging
pictures of the
where
grave.
that goes in the filing system.
Like out of focus nonsense, but it's
Yeah, is it weather effects because it's fog, or is it artsy, or is it under B for breath?
Oh, do you already have a breath file? I would use that.
Or is it a very late obituary?
You have so many pictures that it doesn't really matter where you find it, because if you're ever at a point where you're like, I need a red picture, you've got like 1,000. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
I like to imagine you have at least like a few dozen negatives with you at all times. Just
Oh, sure,
ready
yeah.
to-
I assume he's just like pounding Polaroids into my hand all day long.
Like if we go back to your house,
Fucking
like
photo.
it's like a slalom to get up the stairs of your house, because like you have boxes on the stairs of things that like
It's why
you
I have
need
to
to
put the
take
screen
up
up when
and
I'm
prep.
driving.
Yeah.
I'm like
I
trying
thought
to
you
drive
said
the
you
car
were
and doing
a beekeeper.
indicators.
No, I'm a beekeeper. I keep beaks.
Delete this.
All right, boys, focus up. Now that I got my picture, I think
Fucking pig for a head tells us to focus up.
boys, I think we need to start digging.
Oh, straight down? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Love
here
it.
we go. Oh, I immediately start digging. Yeah. Do I have? I don't have. I guess I'll use the car handle. It's better than my hands.
Yeah, she's digging with the steering wheel.
Like-
Or the car handle, the door handle, got it, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are digging with your hands, yeah?
I will take out. I would assume I have a tripod for my camera sometimes.
My plan was to dig with
So I
Orlo's
would
hands.
Try to be.
I'm just gonna run for a bathroom break.
Cheers.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yes. So I'm just jamming at the ground with a tripod, except that Frank keeps grabbing my hands and making me dig with my hands, and then I try to get back to my tripod.
If anyone in the
Frank
chat
keeps
has any
making me
ideas of
dig
what
with
they're
my-
going to find in the coffin, I'm all ears, because I'll be making it up if no one suggests anything. Could I have been making it up now, knowing full well that you will find something when you get there? Yes. Have I? No. What's in that coffin will only be revealed after I've heard everything that leads up to the cracking open of that coffin. I want all of the flavour of everything that you guys have done before you crack the lid and I decide what, if anything, is inside when you are digging up. Is it even a coffin? It really depends on the vibe I'm getting off of all of you. It's the most terrifying way to play an RPG, but it keeps your adrenaline high, which is important. I've got a stopwatch, I've got a Fitbit on. It says my heart rate is currently, here we go, 80 beats per minute. That's too high for someone who is sat down. So
Hard disagree. I have fucking super bad asthma and am often animated when I speak and when I yell and scream. I would say, like, I mean, yeah, probably close to 90.
90 would technically put me in what my Fitbit calls my fat burn zone. So
See, this is why I'm so skinny.
this is it, we're getting calories. Postman Joe, just digging through this cold earth, bring you any memories? You're muted, by the way.
Yes, of my journalism years. This isn't the first rodeo that involves digging in graves and cemeteries. I've done this
Rodeos you
before.
going to?
All sorts of just information gathering rodeos.
Welcome to the Undertaker's Rodeo.
This is it. Back in 1998. This is like a strong, stark memory of trying to find some documents that got buried by mistake, and I had to dig for them.
Sure. As you're digging, you like pull out a bit of paper, and you realise that like you needed to give this to your boss this morning, and you didn't. So you know you're fired. You know you're fired.
Fuck. Oh yeah, definite panic. I stopped digging. Yeah, I'm like, guys, Frank, Arlington, I need to get back to the office. I need to get back to the office. I'm so sorry.
The fuck are you talking about? Look, we don't have an office. You have a car. It melted. and then it shattered.
He's holding
Ooh.
he's holding a stick.
What? Well, I am. He
Yeah,
is.
you are.
Yeah, okay.
Postman Jones holding a stick.
Like a twig branch?
Yeah, just like a little.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going back to the office.
Yeah, okay. I see that, and then I'm looking around, and then in an attempt to stay cool, where people just walk off embarrassing moments, as Frank is looking at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?" I just come back to the grave, get on my knees, and begin digging with the stick without addressing anything that I just did.
Like, you tried to throw your keys behind your back and catch them, and instead you just threw your keys into a river?
Yeah, no. I do I'm like, when you've got like a keychain and you do like a flip with the keys, I do that, and they just launch.
And then you just keep walking.
They're just fucking gone. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Yeah, what's up? It's Majone. Just digging with a stick.
Arlo is blinking really hard, looking at both of them, trying to take a mental snapshot of this moment.
Oh, you don't have your camera?
Yep, that's it. Oh, I do have my camera. This is a special moment between three friends that I want to take a mental snapshot of.
As you guys dig for what feels like hours or weeks or minutes or seconds or days, you find at the bottom the edge of a white coffin.
Do I get to do a memory?
Do you want to do a memory? You got a memory about this?
I do.
Let's hear it.
Whoa.
So, the reason that at 10 years old I was smoking in Debbie's diner was because my father died, and I never had much of a father. So everything that's coming back is between Jeff, Debbie's husband, who has been somewhat of a father figure to me, and this fucking coffin. I don't know, something's coming back.
Yeah. All right. You say yeah.
Is the coffin locked?
Is it locked?
It's not locked. No, it's a coffin that's in the earth. You would have to lift it and pull it out. It doesn't have a padlock on it or anything.
Coffins work.
They just shut them. If there's someone in the coffin that can get out, then they should be able to. That's the general rule.
Not always, my dude.
But if people are taking zombie precautions,
we don't.
maybe.
Sorry.
they're locking coffins.
This is very rude of me, as I've discussed before. Questions like that should be resolved by the D4 of nonsense. So, For people who don't like the D4 nonsense because it's too chaotic, you can roll 2d4 and halve it, and it gives you a bell curve. But for those of us who are chaotic, we rolled a... Is it locked?
Chowdick.
Is it locked? Yes. But the lock is old and rusty.
I spray some WD-40 on it.
Yeah, now it's greasy and old and rusty.
Nice. That's what I wanted.
Zala's like
Post,
inspecting the
you
lock.
Post, can I use that stick to pick this lock?
Oh, absolutely.
Picking an old lock with a stick, incredible stuff. All right. So you have disadvantage on bravery. But yeah, this isn't a bravery thing. This would be a dexterity thing. Is there anything about your history that would suggest that you would be especially good at picking an old rusty lock with a stick?
Well, here's what I'll tell you is I believe that picking a lock is probably a lot like finding the focus on a camera. Like, you know, you gotta like find
Which is
the
a lot-
perfect like
yeah, it's a lot like
setting
making
on
love.
a camera. So I don't necessarily have any experience ever picking a lock, but I believe in myself quite a bit.
I like that. That makes sense. Frank distracted me so much with his "It's a lot like making love." It made me want to see if Post had any more of that, the heroin he was doing. And we'll move on to say, I will take one. I would say picking the lock would be 3, but we'll call it 2 because of your focus work.
If your soliloquy.
Okay. I rolled a 1 and a 6.
Well, then you get an extra token, and great success. You as you put your stick into the lock and wang jangle it around, the old lock is easy to break apart. You're not sure if you unlocked it or if you're just going to push through all the lock pins and they're just going to gave way because of time. But yeah, it's weird that like a coffin would be bolted closed.
Oh no.
This is not good. It's not good time, boys.
Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
As Arlo is doing his stuff, I'm Posty's coming out of the grave, back up onto the topsoil, and just
Post, what's
the fisticuffs?
What's the worst fucking thing that could possibly be in this coffin?
Probably my dead brother who died of an overdose of heroin.
What's his name?
Jemima Majone.
Jemima.
Poor Jemima.
It's Portuguese. What the fuck?
Frank, what's the worst fucking thing that could possibly be in this coffin?
Somebody I love.
Oh. And Arlington, you're doing well. You flipped the lid of the coffin. As you look into it, you see body parts and documents. Frank and Postman Joan, you see the dismembered parts of your brother and father merged together in a giant horrific monster that steps towards you and blames you for all of its suffering and failings.
Do I have a gun?
Do you have a gun? That was in the opening thing. You've got a name, a gun, and a beat-up car.
Got a gun, yeah.
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah, I'm putting lead into my dead brother. I'm sorry, Jemima.
So I started blasting.
Yeah, I started blasting. You shouldn't be here, Jemima.
There you go. So as your brother father greasily pulls himself out of the black sofa towards you, yeah, like lubed and naked and made of 1,000 pieces, you open fire. Let's see how well you guys can with your weapons subdue. Does anyone want to spend any tokens at any point? Do yell it out. It's 3d3, 3d6 to shoot at this
Let's do it.
eldritch horror of your previous mistakes.
Ooh,
You know
a,
what?
si-
I'm not-
a 6 and no matches.
I'm not gonna roll the real.
A 6 and no matches. You gain a token, and as you shoot at it, as you shoot at it, you realise that you're just emptying lead into like a coffin full of body parts, and like you were just for a moment
Jeez Louise.
terrified.
Jeez, you
3, a
guys.
2, and a 5. No.
No
doubles.
matches. There we go. Yeah, well, yeah. You also, so the pair of you like open fire, like on this giant horror that comes out of it, and like Arlo's perspective, and as you two snap to, you both seem to panic and just unload your like revolvers into the coffin of like rotten body parts and documents.
I would like
Arlo's
to
like
reload my revolver.
holding a piece of paper with like smoke coming off of it.
Yeah, I like put my revolver back in my pants, and I'm like, I just sit. I go clear.
Yeah, I reach into my grimy suit pocket and find some hollow points that I remember I had, and reload my revolver with them.
What how many have we done so far? We've done a dive bar where you failed to get things. Then you went to
Diner.
a
We went
diner,
to a diner
Yeah.
and then you got this
then the
address.
cemetery.
where we got.
Yeah,
this
there we go.
dress,
All right.
And then we shot up a coffin.
I'm gonna... What are you gonna say, Vince?
Well, I was just I feel like we haven't really been doing very well at looking for or finding this bastard that we're after. Can
I am
search
pretty sure.
documents? You said there were documents in the
Yeah,
coffin? Can I make some kind of search to see if there's
you sure can. Roll
bastard on it?
roll me a d10. In fact, Arlo, you're doing so well. Roll me 2 d10s while Frank goes off and grabs a drink.
All right. First D10 is an 8.
Okay.
Second D10 is a 1. They don't match. That's good, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I won't make these work.
Yeah, so I'm rifling through these documents, and like some of them are in French, and like some of them are in Italian. So I'm trying to translate and figure out if there's any correlation between those two romantic languages.
So essentially, I've got an upcoming character, and like it makes the most sense, like plot-wise so far, that like Arlo would have this person, but like because of the choices that you've made. But this, how Arlo is, makes me think that it wouldn't also fit. Does Arlo have enemies?
I think Arlo believes he has more enemies than he does.
But does Arlo have enemies?
Yeah.
Someone that Arlo would consider an enemy, and other people would also consider an enemy.
Yes. Should I describe that person?
Please, that'd be great. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Arlo's greatest enemy, probably, or at least he believes, is
It's called R-High.
A mirror image of Arlo, R-High. It would be he took some pictures, and they were of like an affair between like a politician and you know, a beautiful woman who left her red dress on the floor during the pictures. the things did not go well for that woman. The politician got out of it, but the woman had some very severe things happen in her life because of the pictures I took of her and this politician. And let's say her name is Shania.
Yeah, of course it is.
Shania LaBelle.
Which is, of course, French for Janaya the
Twain.
Bell.
Yeah. It's LaBelle is French for Twain.
Do you know the name of the politician?
Paul, a Titian.
Politician.
That's the one.
Peter
I'm really-
Orville Letition.
I'm very sorry about the way my brain works.
I like it. Politician. Yeah. So amongst all of these documents, they're like horribly damaged by a combination of being in a grave and being with like passing meat and also being shot at by your alleged friends.
Successfully, I might add.
Coffin is now clear of all hostiles.
You
You are welcome.
As you're looking at it, you find documents and you're pretty sure that they suggest that there's like a strong association between the bastard that you're trying to find and politician. And when it comes to politician, no one knows where politician is or has been. And you're pretty sure that if anyone were to know, you'd know who to ask.
I got a lead, fellas.
Is it about ketchup again?
Define about ketchup.
Okay. How is ketchup involved?
The color of her dress is ketchup.
Motherfucker.
The thing I like about whatever Wi-Fi
I
Vince
think
is
we
on,
all know who I'm talking about.
if you're watching the stream, you'll be able to enjoy this firsthand. And it's because there's like a significant difference between his physical performance and then his vocal performance. So you'll see him like dramatically lean in and do stuff, and then you'll hear the audio that goes with it. It's like, well, my friends, let me tell you. It is wonderful. I'm enjoying it very much. So, yeah, politician knows the bastard. If you need to find the politician, there's only really one person you can speak to. Anyone else have any experience with either politician or no? Only Arlo knows anyone else. Let's talk about politician. What do you know about the politician? Post, you're a journalist. Or you used to be.
Oh, for sure. You know, Arlo was getting photos of him for me because I was running a story about how politician was running a campaign compromised entirely of, seedy moral arguments. No more liquor, no more women, no more gambling. And then Arlo was able to get some sweet snapshots of Paul.
So he's like
at the casino with the mistress doing the cocaine.
Sure. So he's running the moral, like, we need to clean up these streets, knowing full well that
he's running the last bastion of a failed spokesperson of vague moral arguments while doing all of them himself.
Yeah, and then we also need to know.
It's worth mentioning that. It's worth mentioning that even though I got some great pictures of politician, 80% of the pictures were of his feet.
Yeah, they're all like loads and loads of shots of like shrubberies and trees.
And his feet. There's people who pay good money for that, but not the Associated Press.
Yeah. He was behind the bush at the time I took the photo, said Arlo, and I'm like, well, I put it in the bush folder. Got lots of bees.
The bush.
Frank, have you when it comes to bent politicians, have you heard of politician?
Yeah, I mean everybody. He dips his beak in everything. A lot of what I do is what you would consider art handling. So, let's say something was, I don't know, painted by Hitler. You know, you can't really sell that. You can't just like go around. So you gotta sell it to a politician because he loves Hitler.
So, politician, a bent politician that believes in telling people one thing and doing another, and also collects Hitler paintings.
It's like
Yes.
foot photo, swastika, foot photo, swastika.
Like you going through the photos when you got given them by Arlo, and you're like, useless. What the fuck? And
I'm like, Arlo, where did you get these photos? Foot, swastika, foot.
So I'm gonna get a top of my drink and take a quick bathroom break before we head into the next section. I'm gonna pause the dramatic music before we change between tunes because it's terrifying otherwise. But now we're
I cannot
super
shout
intense.
out enough to to Grant Howitt and Emily
Alex,
something?
It was Alex Roberts, I
Alex.
believe.
Yeah, sorry. I'm
Muscular Pikachu on Twitter.
Muscular Pikachu.
BRB.
Incredible at.
Yeah. Thank you so much. This game is a blast. And also playing with,
Oh yeah.
you guys is okay. It's fine.
The game is amazing,
With
and
us,
we're here too.
hotdicenerds.com.
Exactly. What was that, Vince?
I said it's a blast playing with us, hotdicenerds.com.
It's hotdicenerdsmillionyears.com. We should probably get that one too. I say that an awful lot.
That's a revelation for me. I
Tom-
never knew why you kept saying million years. I thought it was like an inside joke.
Honestly, it started as a Rick and Morty reference that I got like wrong the first time, and then every time I have to do hot dice nerds, I've just fucking like leaned into it. So
It's the good shit. It's the good shit.
indeed. Tell me, I want to know from both of you how close to your own dreams this has been so far.
Yeah, close. I don't really have nightmares all that much, which I'm very fortunate for. I don't really have sleep paralysis or night terrors. So it's
Yeah.
mostly just like I'm watching a film, but I'm in it, which is its own kind of terror.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Do you feel like you have agency in your dreams?
No. I don't have any of that lucid dreaming modern shenanigans. I'm on the roller coaster, my dude.
Okay. How about you, Vince?
Yeah, I have a lot of dreams and a lot of nightmares, and for my whole life. So I actually, like, a lot of the time feel that I am capable of controlling my dreams to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But what happens is they're often they're like anxiety dreams. So I'll have like dreams where I have to dodge a lot of things or run a lot or just high anxiety things. And I can
just
control
describing
some
my
of what's
dreams.
happening. Yeah, like I can control some of what's happening, but as soon as I start to think I can control things, like if I become too aware of controlling things, then my like subconscious thought fights back. I'll be like, oh, I can control this, I'll turn that light off. And then like there's a thought that goes like, yeah, but what if it doesn't turn on? So then it doesn't. And like so then I get caught in my own anxieties, which is sort of like where things develop into like, I wake up and I'm still anxious.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean I thought that was normal. Apparently it's not.
I probably, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the way I feel. Like if I remember a dream, it's usually because of the panic involved. Like I woke up, I thought I could fly, but it was really falling.
Would you like to hear something that will make you hate me?
It's impossible. I can't do it. I can't hate you.
And yet, what I'm about to say will guarantee it. I have almost no problem falling asleep. I go to bed, I lie down, and
I hate you.
I say to myself, that's enough, let's go to sleep. And I just relax. And as I relax, I just let my mind stop thinking. And I feel it kind of like open to that. And then I am asleep. And then I am awake. And it is the morning.
I hate you so much. I mean, I love you. I don't really hate you.
My Fitbit consistently reports that I'm getting like an 80 plus sleep score, and that
you used to send that to the group chat.
Yeah.
To rub it in Cat's face, and I would send mine, which is like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah. It's like we don't know how well you slept because you won't consistently stay in bed for more than 6 minutes, and you're like, ah.
Yeah. I mean, now that I'm on trazodone, I do that, but I'm much sleepier.
Oh, okay.
While I do that.
I hope over time they figure out more about the brain, because like it's weird that we know so much about so many things and can like have people walk around the moon, and at the same time people will be like, oh, I think this part of the brain's to do with maths, and you'd be like, did you get that from a phrenology book? And they'd be like, maybe.
Yeah. No, I mean, like it's a fucking meat computer that designed itself over millions of years.
It designed itself a pretty wide word.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, in the same way that like AI figures out how to walk, and by the time it's done, it's like jumpy, trip and roll. And you're like, that's how you've chosen to walk. And you'd be like, hey, it ran the most efficient when I ran on my tests. And you're like, oh, well, that's how we walk now.
That's why everything's so broken. Like, do you think if intelligent design existed that we wouldn't be able to like turn off certain parts?
If intelligent design existed, then like it would make everyone the same height. Like,
oh
just
my
at the
God.
start.
Like, I am wee. I'm so little.
We all are,
Yeah,
I mean, you know, when I'm standing up.
in the grand scheme of things.
we're all of us are currently, except Tom, we're all sat in Tom's top pocket. Tom is
I just took
eight,
you in.
He's 8'9", and he is holding a 3-litre glass in his hand. His headphones are custom made, and
they're kettle drums.
He can only live.
This is an iPad. this is a large can.
He can only live in Victorian homes with like 12-foot ceilings. He has to have all the doors replaced.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure, like when you learn to walk in a straight line, that's how the Thames was made, right?
Oh yeah, mate. I just plough with my feet. They call me the foot plower.
Like you'd ever go
In
south.
the north of England.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, PS.
and that's not even a shirt you're wearing. That's not even a shirt
should
you're
I
wearing.
should I have
That's
said
an
Avon? I
entire
don't fucking know
parasol.
you rivers. Jerk.
This is it. I stole one of the parasols from like a beach when I went on holiday, and I just wrapped myself in it.
One of the many reasons
like
I'm
the
friend with Tom
BFG.
is that whenever it comes to a group photo, because he's so tall, people have to put the camera so high, so I always look fantastic. I get shot
That's
from
true.
above.
Yeah, you get
That's it.
the upward.
Tom gets a straight on. I get the angle, which is good because then everyone can see like what's going on here over time. It comes for all of us.
At your elegant widow's peak.
Yeah, we'll call it that. I'm doing much better than my father, who lost the majority of this and looked like a discount Picard by the time he was 35. So.
We have Picard at home.
Discount.
Yeah, you have Capard.
So I figured that probably, if you were looking for Denya Labelle, she would be singing tomorrow night at a bar. She'd be the performing act in a slinky dress.
Oh, does she sing at the opera?
No, not the opera. She sings in a bar, just like doing jazz hits and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah, slinky.
Come see the
Nice
bell.
little lounge.
Yeah, lounge thing. She's a
Doing
lounge
a-
thing.
Just doing a
Mm.
yeah, and she does jazz covers of the soundtrack to Space Jam.
Yeah, she does jazz
Come on and
covers.
Slam. If
Yeah.
you wanna jam.
This is what
She
happens
also
when
does
you're-
Blink 182 tracks. It's like all the a small thing.
Get out of my house. Get out of my house.
What's my age again?
Ah!
Oh no, delete this.
That's like what, the fourth time you said that?
Awful. Just it's my go-to phrase.
This is
Decided, my current go-to phrase.
it's gonna go right. We're just gonna we'll put this out on all the channels. It's just gonna be there forever. So we're gonna title every video "Delete this," as if it was like an administrative note. To do, delete this.
That's it. In me in red crayon.
All
Yeah,
caps.
this is delete this one to delete this 1_1 to
yeah.
delete this
Final
one
one
underscore.
underscore final underscore new dot pdf dot docx.
Underscore use this one.
Ah! Final. Final.
Dot attachment dot gif.
Oh, it's
All right.
unreal.
You guys like rabbit holes? I love rabbit holes.
That's the place. That's where you're going. It's a place called the Rabbit Hole.
Amazing.
Ah, yes.
I gotta tell you, that was an accident, but a happy one.
In the weird car that's very broken as you pull up in the parking lot. Like,
My car's all cracked.
yeah, your car's all cracked as you pull up to the front. And the guy takes your keys and then he goes down to go and park it and puts your keys in the like booth thing. So valet parking. You make your way inside. It's a fancy place. What are you guys wearing? Quick reminder. What do you look like? Remember, last night you were out digging up a corpse. You've had an overnight since then. It's now 8 p.m.
Knowing that we were going to a
Yeah, you knew
a
you were
jazz
going, yeah.
to a jazz bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a nice all black shirt,
Mm-hmm.
but with like red lining on the cuffs and the collar and
Oh,
things.
I like it.
Like
Meant
very
to.
slick,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
cool. Maybe like little John Lennon sunglasses.
Yeah.
Red lens, little circle sunglasses.
Nice. Sunglasses indoor at night.
Oh, it's a jazz bar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Corey Hart over here.
Indoor sunglasses at night. Prick. Anyway.
What am I gonna do? Look at photos.
I wear my
No. What the fuck? No. Yeah, Arlo, what do you look like?
Arlo,
There we go. Here it is.
Arlo will put this shirt on.
Very nice, very nice. That is a jazzy shirt.
It
Are
was
those,
just
are
under
those
my desk.
fans? Are those?
It was just under my desk, he says, as he pulls out
That
a
is like the
jazz.
fancy.
As he pulls out a
Art Deco
fucking
shirt.
Art Deco shirt. Jesus Christ. Look at that.
It's absolutely gorgeous, and it was just under his desk.
Exactly fitting the fucking film noir theme
Are
of
you
the
just
bar that you're
trimming
entering.
Aubrey's Beardsley?
Ah.
Damn it!
All right, I'm sorry I let him go before you. Frank, chop that.
Hey, just I don't know if you.
I'm wearing jeans and a hat. What's your shirt look like? I'm wearing jeans and a hat.
No. Was there a nicer suit than my 100-year-old beat up suit in the coffin that we dug up?
Here we go. No, and when you tried to put it on, it kind of stuck to you, and you thought it looked really good, and no one else thought it did. But you liked the way that it like stuck to your skin. It felt nice, and everyone was like, "That's because of like rotten stickiness from like the tree sap and things." And you were like, "I know, I think it looked really good," and you look like absolute. You look like you're wearing the sapped up, rotted suit of a corpse. Because you are.
Is it better than my old suit?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I rolled a 1, so it's a no and.
Yeah, no, man. I'm probing
Yeah.
the world.
I mean, you've got your tokens. You know, you could spend
Oh,
some time.
I do? I have my tokens? I spent both of them
Oh,
to make
yeah.
the car still exist.
Roll some. Roll some.
which we all appreciate.
Yeah. Roll some 6s to do some challenges.
All
Do-
right.
So
know what I wanna do?
does this game for tokens need you guys to like do more challenges? Like, do you need more challenges so you can get more 6s, so you can get more stuff?
Yes.
Got it.
I mean,
Oh,
No worries.
that's the only way to get tokens, right?
Yeah,
As far as I can tell, it's the only way to get tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so-
I barely
all right.
rolled for anything, and I failed at everything. I rolled.
Arlo is going to take a risk. Arlo is going to take a big risk and is going to go up on stage looking fantastic and join the song that's being sung to get her attention. Like, he's going to go up to the microphone and be like, missed you, miss you, missed you.
I love that.
Where
That's
are you?
fantastic. And I want to.
I'm so sorry.
So that's a want. I want to put that as a once we're inside action, and I want to see if I can get some opportunities for either Frank and Post to also do some things that they want to like try and achieve before we're in the door, so that they can like maybe if they can get some tokens, etc.
Is there a doorman?
There's a doorman, yeah. There's a valet. As you guys pull up, he tries to take your key.
there's a
Yeah,
valet, I think.
yeah. There's a valet.
I mean, I think Post might need to deal with the valet. That's not my business.
You don't do anything with the valet? Is he's like, keys, please, sir. Let me park your car.
Oh, so to Post, I'm gonna let the valet take the car and just hope that he doesn't let it shatter into 1,000 pieces as he parks it.
Okay, so you're trying to calm the man to be like carefully driving a shattered car.
like, this is a delicate beast. Be careful when you put it into second.
Yeah.
The windscreen wipers are a bit iffy. Remember to when you unlock when you turn the ignition on, you have to hold the key up. Like, I'm going over all the little niggles of the car.
Yeah. Okay. Then three D6.
Easy. Oh no! One match. Two twos.
2 2s and not a 6. I assume
Two
with the
twos
other
and
one.
2 twos and no 6.
Okay. Yeah. The guy's like yeah, and you hear him like get into your car and be like. like just changing, like clear, like as he pulls the place away, you can hear that he's doing the whole thing in first gear, and as he does that, you're pretty sure that you can see your clutch pedal on the street as he like
I'm
puts
like
a
you have to indicate left when you go into second.
Put it in H.
It's all just
it in H.
wind the window down when you brake.
Brundle. Frank,
okay.
are you doing anything before you get into the club?
Yeah. I mean, are we? Do we need to get past the bouncer? I can.
There are door staff. You look like shit. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up to him and I'm gonna challenge him in a game of chess.
Interesting.
If I can win, we get in the bar. No questions asked. If I lose, I'll go change my clothes and take a shower, and then we get in the bar.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a fair wage.
As you challenging to that, the whole world falls apart, and the two of you are sat opposite each other, and you're both children, and your parents are there, like your whoever your parental figures were there, and they're like banging you on to succeed. And as you look at all the pieces, they all look the same, and you can't tell them apart. How difficult is this for you? I'll let you pick your own challenge. You pick a 5, you're much less likely to succeed and much more likely to get 6s, so you get more things. You pick a lower number, you're much more likely to succeed, much less likely to get 6s.
the character this is based on
Yeah.
is a person who is based on me.
Two.
So unfortunately, it's gotta be like a 2.
All right, there we go. Then let's roll 2 and see how you do in your challenge against you and also 8-year-old bouncer.
6.
Nice, as long as the next one's no
Very
6.
nice.
He got a 6 again.
Sixes.
Did you really? Did you honestly really get a 6? Jesus Christ.
This guy. This fucking
Why
guy.
would I lie? Why would I lie?
You gain an extra
That's
token.
not why. I'm not incredulous because of that. You're assumed lying.
You gain one. Oh no, you gain 1 extra token as a result of that, and
Hooray!
you fail at chess. And whatever. What was your failure condition? You have to go home and change.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit as you walk home to change. He's off. Arlo, you were heading up onto the stage to sing a song. We know
Yeah.
Vince is a performer, but Arlo appears to be a weird photographer that doesn't understand what people want or like. We call that 3.
Oh, sure. Yeah, with a voice like this.
Oof, you're right. Maybe I should have made it higher. How'd you do?
I can roll one more. I got a 2, a 4, and a 6.
Well, Anna,
Amazing.
point and great stuff. You go up onto the stage and you sing a song. You knew this person, right? They knew you. You're the guy who took a photograph of things. She looks a little. She's being professional, but you can see from the corner of her eye that she's not happy to see you. Post, what are you doing?
So I'm thinking as is almost posts ouvre, I'm gonna head round the back. I'm gonna head into the changing rooms, the dressing rooms, and the backstage of the lounge, and
Sure.
try and scope out any potential threats. Has LaBelle got a bodyguard? Maybe has LaBelle maybe got friends who are some mean looking sons of bitches who are gonna cause trouble for us?
Oh yeah, okay.
If I can get the jump on them.
Sure. So, are you being sneaky? What's your vibe?
My vibe is I am ahead of time. I've got my revolver out and I'm stalking through the fucking. I'm heading in through the back door, looking for trouble.
Oh, yeah.
When I see the go dancers and I'm like, move ladies, move, and they're like, ah, as I'm
Oh,
going
okay.
through
You're
the
really,
building.
really ramping up the tension on this one, then.
Going through
Yeah.
the building.
All right, we'll call this 4d6, please, as you
Yeah,
attempt
let's
to
do
go
it.
through and see what's going on. As you drastically ramp up the stress levels for everyone backstage.
Oh, unbelievable! 1, 2, 3, 6.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
You make your way through. Go-Go Girls are generally confused by you. There's people round there. You see some kind of mafioso people stood around chatting and stuff. You make your way through all of them. You don't alarm anyone that you shouldn't alarm. You clear your way. You make your way to the dressing room to Danielle LaBelle, and you put your ear to the door, and you can hear a man on the phone arguing about a contract.
Shit. Okay. What can I hear? What can I?
You hear a guy saying hey, come on, this is Danielle LaBelle we're talking about. If you want to get her on your stage, especially if she's on television. Television's the new thing. If she's going to appear there, then I'm going to need to see at least $10,000 for a performance. If you're needing her for 6 different shows, this is Danielle LaBelle we're talking about. She's not just any singer. She's one of the best. She's friendly. She's respected. She's known by the guys.
Fucking Evie shit. Okay, yeah, now back in the game.
What?
Doing fancy shirt time. It's just a button for everyone.
I can't look at us.
got
Look
called
at us.
The whitest people alive.
Look at us. Who'd have thought we'd be here? Okay, so I can hear it's like an agent or something. It's like someone's she's manager.
An agent, yeah, an agent or a manager, like negotiating, saying like, if you want Daniela Bell, she's a good singer, she's talented, she's got connections. Like,
Right, this is it. This is the moment of truth. Okay, I'm gonna barge into the room,
yeah,
revolver drawn,
all right,
and I'm like walking up to him, and however he reacts, presumably panic or whatever, but whatever he does, I'm taking the phone, snatching it out of his hand, putting the phone down on the receiver, and I'm like, I can tell that you're LaBelle's man. We gotta know where Paul is. I think you know where Mr. Letition may reside as LaBelle's manager. I know you know some details. And then I cock the revolver and I'm like, under the chin. I'm like, look, this could all go. This little problem you got happening to you right now, this could dissolve. You just got to tell me where I can find Mr. Letition.
sure. That sounds on brand. Let's roll a D. Let's 2d6.
2d6. Come on, dice. A 1 and a 3.
You just summon Dutch Borat?
Yeah, it's nice.
Come on, guys.
Very nice.
Nice dice.
Dutch Borat is a very different brand. It's slightly.
No matches.
Listen to me very close. I'm gonna say this once. Cat winning by
matches,
Rose.
no
By the way,
six.
you guys, Kat is literally just back from the pub talking to us in the chat. Just want you to know.
Wow.
Oh,
We are so
there we
white.
go.
It is true.
So white, it's true. It's nice. And
Just
so,
a bunch of boys in fancy shirts just pretending to be other people.
as you put the gun under this guy's chin, he's like as you grab the phone from him, he's like, "Hey, I'll call you back. I've got other meetings." And you put the thing down. You put the gun under his chin. And he's like, Mr. Majone, you'd be a foolish man to pull that trigger. I'm Daniel LaBelle's manager, but getting rid of me would be more than a mistake. As we pull out to Frank and Arlo. Frank, you just made it in the door. Post's made it, gone backstage. He's doing something. Arlo's up on stage, singing a duet. Do you want to know how that's going, or do you not care?
No. I'm interested. I'm interested in what's happening with my compatriots.
Sure. So roll 2d6 to see how well you can figure out what's going on up on the stage.
Oh, I hid that physical dice from myself. So I'm going to use the computer one
For safety.
for safety. I got 2 3s.
As you run up to the stage, you
damn it.
trip and bang your
This
teeth
fucking
against
guy.
the edge of the stage. As you bang your teeth against the edge of the stage from your trip, you fall back and you're knocked unconscious. It knocks the singer off by a beat, and everyone seems to like pay a moment of attention to you. Arlo, you're trying to like keep up with the band and everything else. Roll me. You're doing all right. Roll me 2d6.
4 and a 5.
4 and a 5, yeah. You manage to like keep rhythm with like what the band's doing. You follow with what she's doing. You bring her back onto track, and like everything seems to be going all right. And you look over at Frank and give him like a no hand as Frank lies there like figuring out where he's bleeding from.
I thought I had a hang glider. You got hang gliding one time. They call you Frank the Hang Glider.
Arlo, are you still banging out the hits, or have you got other plans?
Well, here's what I'm thinking is I look deep into the eyes of the singer who I named, but I forgot.
Daniela Bell.
Yes, I look at Ms. LaBelle and I start to like make my way over towards her, and I think that like while we're singing this duet, she recognizes me, and this is the moment in which I become this meme, and I go, bees, look at me. I am the GM now.
Have you rolled? Are you looking at 7?
And
Let's
I
go,
spend
let's
all
go.
7 of the points I've accumulated over this time.
It's
Fuck
happening.
yeah.
I gotta-
Fuck
It's
yeah.
happening.
So, there are so many ways you can play these games, and when it comes to ones where there's like a secret unlocked insanity level, if you have one player who's just fucking missioning towards that, it's beautiful. You're the GM. I would like to play Daniel LaBelle, but if you would like me to play someone else, I will.
That's great. I was gonna say, Ms. LaBelle slaps Arlo so hard that he dissociates, and he stops being himself, and therefore his spirit like kind of goes into her. She becomes the character instead of Arlo. They like switch places.
I wish we could trade places for just one day.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
They get Freaky Friday.
they get Freaky Friday. I mean, you're the GM. You're saying that you get Freaky Friday. Okay. So who am I playing?
So you are still Daniel LaBelle, but
Okay.
like, I'm just sort of making her the main character so that Arlo doesn't like I don't have to think about Arlo too much.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Arlo's on autopilot. Is what you're saying, and I am Daniel LaBelle, who used to be a teacher, and now she works as a singer. And I have. Hang on. Let me get D3. Oh, I got 6 and a half of that. 3. I get 3. Got 3. Okay. Oh yes, yeah. There you go. You're GM. You lead.
So post Majoan in this, there's a moment that happens for all 3 of you, kind of at the same time. Post Majoan, you look over at the mirror in the change room. As you're holding the gun up to Ms. LaBelle's manager, and when you look at your reflection, you don't see yourself. You see Miss LaBelle and Frank Horn, and Frank, you're staring at like a mirrored ceiling in the club, and the same thing's happening to you. And Danny LaBelle looks over at the bar where there's also a mirror, so that you all kind of like swoosh into the mirror. And you are all sitting around a poker table with Paul Letitian, who's ready to play, smoking a big fat cigar.
These
I
are
have
my
a
cards.
cigar.
Holding my cards. I'm like, I look at him and I'm like, I should have taken you for everything when I had the chance, but I'll take you for it for now. I don't know how poker works. Do I put cards down? I don't.
Yeah,
Well, no, you wait for the dealer to.
Yeah, I look at my cards. Yeah, I'm like, I should have taken you for everything when I had the chance, but I'll do it now. And then I put. I reach into my back pocket and I put down my hopes and dreams into the pile of money and coins. They like glow and shimmer.
So the bet is your hopes and dreams, and we're looking to see if post Majoan and Frank Horn and Paul Letitian puts his hopes and dreams in immediately and smirk.
Oh, his own hopes and
Post,
dreams.
what
How
about you?
exciting.
Well, yeah, you have to match the.
You got to
bet
match
with
the bet.
ante. Yeah.
Something of equal value or greater, yeah. So he puts his own hopes and dreams. Exciting.
I fold immediately.
Yeah, Post Majoan, I will put in my hopes and dreams, and I will raise the memory of one loved one as I push in the memory of the love of Mrs. Majoan.
Jesus.
Roll 2d6. Roll 2d6 to see if they can tell if you're bluffing.
Oh boy. Oh my god, 2 1s.
Hey, who's me now?
AB, you know you roll
So good.
twos.
Yeah, you are sweating. You are sweating profusely.
And in the
And
game.
politician doesn't even hesitate. Puts in the love, or the memory of a loved one, and then they both look to Ms. LaBelle.
What, to see if I up it?
Mhm.
You need to match it to stay in the game.
I put down forgiveness for the abortion that he made me do.
Ooh,
Jeez
Okay.
Louise.
let's have you roll 3 dice to see if he even gives a shit,
Okay. Here we
because
go.
he's a bad man.
Yeah, I don't feel like she'd have any kind of specific class advantage, like who she is as a person. If she'd been through this and she went through that, then it's unlikely that she has any leverage against him that like gives her better than 3. So a 1, a 3, and a 3.
Tough deal.
So yeah, so I mean the bet is accepted, but politician sort of leans in and goes, "I think we're gonna need a little bit more than that, darling."
Put down the memory of my mother.
He accepts that. The dealer turns his head like 360 degrees, like all the way around, and then focuses his eyes on Frank Horn. Takes out it's like one of those like kids, like a Nerf gun, but he puts the whole deck into the Nerf gun and hands it over to you and says, "Your deal." So Frank, you're the dealer now.
All right.
Yeah. So what do you do with that?
Well, I mean, first of all, I shuffle the fucking shit out of the cards. You're talking like I am breaking them up. I'm like cutting them into pieces and gluing them back together. It's like the guys at the like the hibachi grill that are just like,
You got a raccoon under your chef hat?
yeah. Wouldn't that be cute though?
Yeah, is it everything everywhere all at once?
Okay,
Cat
let's get
is
you
in the
to
chat
roll 2 for that.
going
think you're very good at
cuisine.
Cuisine! Yeah.
Tom Cruise movie.
Cuisine. No, yeah. I mean, yeah. Cat and I often yell at
Yeah.
cuisine at each other for other reasons. That exists only between myself and Cat. But yes, Cat cuisine. I haven't checked that Instagram for a while, but I will immediately after this. Anyway,
Oh boy.
Yeah, so just to give you more rolls, I'm gonna give you more rolls. So roll 2 dice, Frank, because you seem very confident and very good with cards to shuffle them.
Oh yeah. Those are they. Me and a 6 and a 5. I'll be goddamned.
gets a token.
Eight.
God damn.
Yeah, so you get a token, and yeah, you shuffle the deck really, really well. So well that you might even have managed to stack the deck a bit.
Okay. So
Um,
rules are 5-card Texas Hold'em. We are going straight up cowboy poker. So everybody gets 3 cards. I put down 2 cards. Do you want any extra cards? Everybody else.
Let's imagine that Danielle LaBelle has no idea how to play poker. Or like, she knows how to play poker, but I don't.
So
Snap.
it would be up to somebody else to tell you what your cards are.
I still...
Probably.
I'm very sorry. I am lost.
Right.
Okay, how am I doing?
You're doing
I'm
nothing
gonna-
has happened yet. The deal has occurred,
Okay.
and right
Yeah.
now no bets have been placed. You're waiting for what cards you
Yeah.
have.
I'm going to have I'm building a mini game within our game. I'm gonna have both Post Majoan and Ms. LaBelle roll 5 dice, and
Jeez
the
Louise.
dice will be what your hand is.
Oh, just
I know that's not
5d6.
technically Texas Hold'em, but roll 5 dice.
You want 5d6, yeah? Or do you want a d12 for a pack?
5d6.
5d6.
And this is a special moment in this game where you actually are looking for pairs or 3 of a kind in your dice.
My
So
my
your dice
fucking
is
mind is
essentially your
goddamn blown.
I know, it's insane. All right, here we go.
I just rolled
1, 2, 3,
1.
4, 5.
2 2s, 2 4s, and a 5.
Oh, that's actually a really great hand.
That is a good
I
hand.
mean,
yeah.
ordinarily, that's atrocious.
We ready for... Here comes Daniela Bells.
Yeah.
I got a 2, a 4, a 6, and 2 5s.
2, a 4, a 6, and 2 5. Okay. Okay.
Am I-
you
am
have
I in?
one. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it because it's fun.
Okay, how many am I rolling? 5? Or what? No.
5.
Okay, never mind. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. A 1. Wait, no, 2 1s, 2 4s, and a 3. So Tom is currently
2 1s,
leading.
2 4s, and a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, do I have 2 pairs? Is that how we're playing it?
You have 2 pairs, but you have 2 higher, like one of your pairs is higher than mine, I think. So
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I was just got apples and grapes.
Sorry, I
I don't know what anything is.
Yeah.
I wrote everything.
Twist.
I wrote everything down very, very fast. Post, can you remind me what your hand was?
The
you remember?
signifiers were 2 2s and 2 4s.
2 2s and 2 4s. Okay. Great. So essentially, like for the last round of betting, now that you know what your hands are, Bees, you have 1 pair. Post, you have 2 pair with 4s on top. Frank, you have 2 pair with 4s on top. But
well, no. But
you're-
I have 2 pair, 2 1s. He has 2
Yeah.
2s. So I would
Yeah.
say
and then okay, so
Bees,
this
I
is
love you so much. You're
this
so
is
I have
the
no
moment
idea
where
what's going
I'm
on.
gonna-
yeah, we know. That's
We're going to be out of this very soon. This is the moment in which I'm just like allowing you, the players, to see if you want to try to take on Paul Letitian with the hand that you rolled, to get some information from him about the bastard.
100%. With my 2 2s and 2 4s, I am betting as Post Majoan takes like a fold up piece of notepad paper out of his pocket and puts it onto the table and pushes it in the circle. I am betting information on the bastard's location. Where is the bastard? As I push it into the table.
Vince, you're well beyond the 5 minutes you're supposed to get, but like if you're deep into it, like we can keep going. I have no problem with that. If like if you know where this is
I
going.
can wrap this up. I can wrap this up and pass it off to you. You've bet that. That's great. So we're going through what everyone has. So Ms. LaBelle loses her bet, loses the memory of a loved one. Or
Yeah, she loses the memory of her mother, and she loses her hopes and dreams, and she loses her right to be
Christ.
angry about her abortion.
Oof.
yeah,
Jesus.
Frank.
Yeah, brutal.
Frank, you're just playing as the dealer. So if you win, like everyone loses everything.
Interesting.
And this is the hand. I'm going to see if it actually works to show you. This is the hand that Paul Letitian rolled. He rolled a 2 pair. It's a pair of 3s and a pair of 2s.
Suck it.
So you actually won, Post. And this is
And
where
I do the cartoon. I pull in the winnings into myself.
and, this,
Like,
and so this is where like
Post,
in this
can I have a
moment,
couple of my dreams back,
Arlington-
though?
In this moment, Arlington kind of just like takes a sudden gasp of air and is awake again, in his own body. But I pass it off to Bees for whatever it is, the information that politician may.
As you pull that into your chest, you receive an awful lot of stuff that you weren't expecting. You feel the pain and anger of being forced to have an abortion. You feel the love of your non-American mother who like desperately wanted you to travel to the States to make a name for yourself. Was that all that we got from politician and from Daniel LaBelle? Hopes and dreams. You also receive the desperate desire to reach popularity and success that allows all of the people that you love to be happy. They now pump through you.
Feels good.
I don't know what you got from everyone else. What you got? You beat politician, right?
Yeah, so I betted and then subsequently won knowledge on the bastard's location.
Yeah, the bastard's location and the hopes and dreams. You got the politician was desperate to impress the bastard so that he could make his way up the ladder to do even worse things in the world. You also found out that the bastard is held. Like he lives in a villa on an island, not far from here, but like over the coast, protected by like you couldn't drive there. It's like guests are like he's got an opera performance. He's got guests arriving by like speedboat and helicopter and stuff like that. It's on his people call it. He calls it his villa, but other people call it his compound.
Understood, yeah. The man has a bunker.
It's beautiful and Sicilian.
Is this information that's shared with us, with Arlington and Frank?
Oh yeah, I tell the guys as I maybe we dip into a dressing room somewhere in the back of the club, and I'm like, look, some shit just went down. Here's where we're going. You two just discuss amongst yourselves real quick while I just, for 1 second in real time, but 100 years in my own mind, enjoy the hopes and dreams of these people that I've just stolen hopes and dreams from. And
they're like bonded into you now. They're like also partially now your hopes and dreams. I'm like the anger that you feel, like the anger that you absorbed, is also now kind of your anger. Hopes and dreams that you have, like they, even if they're like opposed, you still hope that you will achieve all of those.
Yes, yeah. It's in me. I want to sing and dance, Father.
Yeah.
While you were doing that, I was dipping my holotip bullets from my revolver into various substances. Some of it's beer, some of it's whiskey, some of it's my own blood. So surprise me.
Yeah, sure. You've lived an interesting life, so your blood is in itself a risk.
Yeah. Do I get to roll anything or no?
No, you don't need to roll anything. You just achieved that. He, where the bastard is. He lives on an island that he calls his villa, that people call the compound. It's 3 miles out to sea from where you are.
I'm going to suggest something that I think Frank will enjoy very much. I think it's about time we find some hang gliders to get to this island.
You guys, let's get some hang gliders.
There's a large cliff face that if you climbed high, if you go high enough, that you could travel out and fly across the city. If you went the other way, you could travel maybe 3 miles and land on that small island you can see in the distance. Who knows? It's run by a guy called Brick, and like he's like, hey guys, thanks so much for coming. It's great to see you here. Like, we'll get you guys kitted up, and like you can pair up with a buddy, or you can like fly solo if you've done this before. We're like gonna fly over the city. We're gonna see some of the sights and like come back around, and then afterwards we're like gonna go down. All you guys can enjoy like a little mozzarella and some sliced tomatoes. But yeah, like welcome to the cliff. My name's Brick. I'm single.
Brick, can I give you a great big kiss on the mouth?
Yeah, as you kiss Brick deep on the mouth, roll me 2d6 to see how that goes.
I'm so glad I hid that physical one from me because my luck has improved so much. 6 and a 4.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
kind of
really
into
nice,
it.
really
You
nice.
get a token, and like he's kind of into it. Like afterwards, he's like, "Oh yeah, bro," and like he writes his number onto your arm.
I remember it.
I
Let's
think
see.
Arlington will choose to fly with Frank in a tandem.
You're gonna tandem it up, yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
want to
so-
be side by side?
I want to be.
It's like that cartoon for a good time. Call this number, and then like it's like 2 guys hang gliding, and they're like, "No one ever calls."
Yep.
How are you traveling, Post?
I assume as as the odd one, I obviously need a partner from the cliff hang gliding facility. And
Sure.
Brick is presumably running the shop, so I'll take.
Yeah,
the
there's
assistant.
other people as well. Yeah. Roll me,
The assistant Brock.
sure. Roll me 2d6 to see which person you randomly grab from the crowd.
A 2 and a 3. 2 and a 3.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You grab someone who's like excited to do it. And she's like, "Oh, I've always wanted to do this. This would be so much fun. Like, you've done this before," and you're like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh,
yeah.
this will be great." And she's like wearing like a lot of fitness gear that you can tell that like she purchased especially for doing this, and like at no point has her life involved anything remotely resembling fitness. And she's like grabbing onto the thing. She's like, I'm ready.
As Post Magellan.
Her name's
is
Harriet.
In a trench coat. I'm like, come on, Harriet. Let's go.
Thespie.
Harriet.
It like the spy, Harriet the spy. You guys don't remember that fucking?
Oh.
Never mind. Fuck! I'll just
I
go
get it.
fucking kill myself. No.
These are the culture wars. This is what we get.
This
It's
is the culture war. Yeah,
culture
this is
wars
it.
is like, is colour spelled with a U? Where do you call the place where you take a shit? It's not like do certain classes of people have rights? No, this is culture war. It's right here. It's like, yeah. What do you call that show from my childhood? And everyone gets angry about it.
Well, no, I mean, but like,
Why is no one
you guys-
as good a voice actor as the guy who played Mum-Ra?
I mean, like, I would say I can list a million voice actors that are much better. For example, Billy West.
It's Billy West.
Who's
The,
Billy
vo-
West?
the voice of Fry.
Oh,
Philip
right,
J.
okay.
Fry.
Philip
Yeah,
J.
yeah.
Fry.
Okay, let's say Christopher McCullough, aka Jackson Public. Let's say Doc Hammer. Let's say, you know what?
I got it. Yeah, I just meant that the voice of Mum-Ra is so like unique and distinct. Like,
Yes, I know. I'm just being combative because I'm set up to be that way. Maybe.
but does he also do the voice of the king in that Netflix show?
King of the Hill, yeah.
No. Moving on. As you hang glide. Let's see how hang gliding goes. Who's good at hang gliding? Who's bad at hang gliding?
really bad.
I am
Really bad.
excellent at hang gliding. I've been preparing for this. It's as close as I can be to a bird.
Okay, so Arlington, you don't need to do anything because Frank's going to roll 2d6. Post, you said you're bad at it, and you also have Harriet with you, who's never done it before, 4d6.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a journalist who now drives. Like, four big ones. Okay, no sixes but no matches, amazingly. 1,
Wow,
3,
incredible.
4, and 5.
Yeah, somehow the pair of you manage it, and you land slightly outside in a small garden area on the... No, you land on the beach of the island. And you can see up in the distance...
Hold on. I know I'm burning through tokens. I want to spend 2
Yeah, burn
tokens
them
to
up.
change this.
Yeah,
I'm changing. I want to land on the roof of the compound with Harriet.
change that, maybe swap out a detail for the scene. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm like, oh, you land on the roof. Yeah, sure, I'll let you. You shouldn't be able to pick, but you can make me change 3 times, so like eventually we'd hit the roofs. Let's just skip to the end.
There's a beach. There's the forest.
I'll be like, oh, you're on the beach. Oh, you're at a wedding. Oh, you're on the roof, and you're like, roof. There we go. How did you do, Frank, with your 2d6?
Another different shrub.
I wasn't clear if the 2d6 I rolled, the last 2d6 I rolled weren't for this, right? I have to roll 2 new d6.
I asked you to roll 2d6 at the same time as Tom.
Yes. I got a 6 and a 1.
A 6 and a 1. Grab yourself a token as
This fucking guy.
you and Arlo land. You guys land on the beach. Easy. On the beach. You can
I want
see.
you guys to witness this. I'm throwing this cursed die away. I'm
Oh,
throwing it in the
but
garbage.
what if it comes back?
Well, yeah, what if?
Do you not own a gun? Put it in the end of the gun and shoot it.
I am America. Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, you two guys, you guys on the beach, Post and Harriet on the roof. Harriet's like, "Oh, we were meant to go over the city. This isn't the city."
I want to give Harriet the most intense bringing up to speed that anyone's ever received. I'm like, Harriet,
Right.
look, listen to me. Just like we the audience see just a montage of
If you
posters
trying to
and
explain
gestures
the
and,
whole
like,
thing to Harriet
yeah,
and have
the
her
whole
not
thing.
freak out and be on team. Roll me 5d6. Could have just knocked her out, but no. You're trying to bring her on.
Okay, that's okay. One more. Okay, that's a 6 but 1 match. I can manage that.
Can
I manage that.
can I spend a token to remove a match? Can I help
Uh,
like that?
I don't believe that's the thing. Change that, swap out a detail in the last scene. MTC, a trait, move it along. No. If you got 5 tokens, you can roll a no.
I do not.
No. Okay.
I'll take it.
You
What,
fail, but
a
only...
complication.
Yeah, a complication would generally succeed. Like she's on board with your stuff, but like she doesn't want to help, and like she's generally freaked out, and she's like, "I'm not involved in this. I'm not interested in going with you." And they're like, she tries to like get off the roof, and you see her like kind of generally throw herself down into a garden, and you're like, no.
Bye, Harriet.
Harriet's a thing, maybe. Who knows? We'll find out.
In fact, accepting that, can I give her my revolver and be like,
Oh yeah. Please
Fucking take the
give
revolver.
Harriet a revolver.
Like,
So you are now
take the
revolverless,
revolver.
and Harriet has one. That is
Harriet has
perfect.
the revolver,
As a
yeah.
complication, Harriet's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not looking for any trouble," and then she has a gun, and you don't. Brilliant.
I'm like, I give her the revolver first, and I'm like, look, here's the deal. And then at the end, she's like, bye.
Yeah, that. Yeah. So you
For what
guys.
it's worth, Arlington was snapping some pics when we were flying. Is just
I
so,
swear
just
to
so
God,
we're
if I
aware
get a
of how
photo
many
of
more
myself,
clicks Post is gonna get.
if Post receives a photo of himself landing on a roof.
Frank, roll me a d10.
Four?
Frank, roll a d10.
Four?
Yeah,
Four?
and he got a 4. Over in the distance, up towards the building, you see a woman hitting her child. Arlo, roll me a d10.
A 1.
To your northeast, you see Daniela Bell's sister, half sister. See Daniela Bell's half sister, Lenya de Bell. Drinking champagne.
I think it's pronounced champagne.
Champagne.
Only when it's from Champagne region of France.
Otherwise, it's just sparkling mispronunciation. And
Sexo.
Post from me a d10.
Oh boy. 5.
Ooh, what's the thing you fear the most?
The thing I fear the most. Okay, so I've already got the dead brother. Okay, my father blaming me for my brother dying, even though he was the older one. I was the more sensible one. It was my job to keep my older brother on an even keel, and I failed.
Cut my brother in half.
As you look down from the roof, you see like a party, it looks like it's preparing for a wedding. But you can very clearly see at one of the tables your dead brother talking to your father, and they are both talking about how terrible you are and how much you failed him, and how he wished he wished your brother had lived and had a good life, and he's so angry that you'd so desperately failed him. And that's like right down, like that thing is happening right down at the core of the party.
Okay, I really wish I had that revolver. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So Frank, you're seeing a woman beat her child. How does that relate to you, or does it at all? Maybe it doesn't.
Oh no, it very much relates to me. I immediately rush over, and instead of trying to violently attack her, I try to just restrain her, so the kid doesn't get hit anymore.
Mm-hmm. She, as you do that, she's like, "What are you doing?"
See, it seems like from my perspective, and just
Get off of me, creep.
Yeah, you were beating your kid though, so no, not gonna do that.
It's my kid. Don't tell me how to raise him. You're a roll.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna throw you off a cliff then.
Are you going to throw her? You're just going to kill her? Yeah, sure. Okay. To kill this woman who has no weapons against, you being you, roll 2d6.
I will. Soon. Someday. Five and a 3.
5 and a 3. You snap the neck. The child looks terrified. Silent, terrified. As the child looks up at you. As their mother is dead on the floor with you stood between. You look over and you can see the party is starting. Arlo, what did you see? Shitload of police?
I saw Miss LaBelle's sister.
Oh yeah, you
sister.
saw Lenya de Bell.
Lendia
So
LaBelle.
She's stood looking out to the sea,
I
smoking.
I snap a picture of her, and it's a Polaroid, and I start shaking the Polaroid, and I sidle up to her, and I'm like,
She's already walking
I
towards
need
you.
you to
She's
blow
flicked a
up.
cigarette at you, and she's like, "You fucking piece of shit! You take photos of me while I'm out enjoying a wedding." She's like pushing you. She's not physically hurting you, but like you're getting like a lot of sass off of this woman.
yeah, I don't give up, and I'm like, you can have the photo. The photo was supposed to be for you anyways. I was gonna get you to blow on it. I was just trying to be suave. I need a date to this party. This is how I usually do it. I take a picture of a
amazing.
random woman and I hand it to her and I say, "Do you want to go on a date with me?"
3d6. Due to your weird charmingness.
It's just like Charm, but it's without the C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
Yeah, I rolled a 2 and 2 5.
2 and 2 5. Yeah, that didn't go very well for you. Yeah, you get punched by Lenya DeBell, and you drop to the floor. And as you look up at the stars, you remember all of the things that you wish you'd done, but you didn't have time to, and they passed, and you no longer have the opportunity to achieve them.
Oof. That's the consequence. That's the only consequence.
Wow. Well, I kind of go like, well, I guess at least I got hit by both sisters.
Who hasn't been
Because
Post
her
or
sister
Frank?
slapped me earlier.
Yeah, she's getting beaten by the LaBelle DeBelle sisters.
Yep. Yeah, at least I'm consistent.
I think Post should go.
Yeah, I think it's Post to go. You're up on the roof. You're looking
Oh,
down.
sure, yeah, I'm up
you-
on the roof, yeah.
There's like a like it looks like maybe a wedding starting to happen, but like two of the guests appear to be your dead brother and your father talking about all of the ways that you failed him.
So I know I wanna find and kill the bastard, but I also really need to confront my dad about some unresolved feelings. So I'm going to attempt to I want to get down into the main room. Like, can I get some stairs down?
It's open, like, so you're on a roof and downstairs, and then there's like an open patio area where like there's an outside wedding. Like, it's evening with lights all around. There's like a big green arch with like lights tied around it and stuff. It's like an open air thing with tables all around.
Oh, easy. In that case, I'm grabbing any random glass of drink at the wedding. Like,
There's plenty. Sure.
Grab a Long Island iced tea.
Sure.
And I bomb it down the stairs, down the patio, round into the main room, and I go straight for a beeline to confront Papa Majone. And I throw the drink in his face, and I'm like, "That's what's up."
That's what's up. All right, yeah. Confronting your father on the root of your trauma by throwing a drink and yelling, "That's what's up." That'll be.
I want him to know that I don't care about him. I'm like, throw the drink in his face, and then toss the glass to the side and it smashes.
Yeah, it's kind of not fair that you took my turn away from me though, and did all the things I was gonna do.
We'll call that 4d6, please.
4.
Dramatically confront your father by just throwing drinks and yelling.
Come on, dice. Okay, no 6s but no matches. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Oh, so like a rousing success.
Yeah, but no matches.
I'm
Yeah, no
roused.
matches.
I'm super roused.
Your father stands up and he's like, "I'm sorry, son." Starts crying cold.
I say, Eba, gunfather.
I love you.
Going for a hug.
You always put family first. And you
We must let bygones be bygones.
after Mother passed, you were the rock of this family, and everything that happened to your brother weren't your fault. It were mine.
I then say the only sentence I've ever wanted to say to my dad, which is, I'll be right back. I have to kill the bastard.
You do what you need to, lad. And he like reaches into his inside pocket and gives you a knife.
Oh, amazing. I take the family blade.
The family blade is like in a sheath thing. Yeah.
I'm off to kill the bastard.
Yeah, when you pull out, it says like Sheffield Steel on the blade.
Oh my god. No, it doesn't say that. It says Tom's voice.
Shit. My dad had it engraved with the words Tom's voice.
Yeah. What a dick.
At least it didn't say B's voice, because then it would just be very blunt.
Hey, I feel like we have a similar issue.
Yeah, the two people with like heavily professional microphones to stop them sounding like themselves. Frank, you're a mother killer. What are you up to?
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'm going to the bathroom.
I value the lives of people who cannot protect themselves more than the people that are harming them.
Mhm.
So I feel pretty good about what I did. I would like.
The child looks up at you expectantly.
Oh yeah. I would like to be like, hey, I'm your new dad and stuff. But you know, diplomatically ish, because this is a dream, and I'm like, fucking god damn it.
Everything gets smaller and tighter.
Can we play the rest of the game without my mic on so I stop being a fucking idiot?
You can continue to play. You are gone. You no longer believe this. You no longer like you forgot what you just said. Like the fact that you just said no longer applies to you. That you no longer remember that. This is as real for you as it ever was. This is real life, and this is you, and you're living it. You no longer believe that you have any control or choice. You can only act as Frank Horn would act in these situations. You can't. You must just act as Frank Horn without any attempt to achieve.
Yep, I deserved it.
So, Arlo.
Just to catch Tom up, the D word came out of our friend DB's mouth.
Immediately followed by me screaming in the other direction.
It happens to the best of us.
Arlo.
I just.
Yeah.
You just been slapped by Lenya DeBella.
Yeah, we're at a wedding. Can I pose as the wedding photographer?
You want to sneak past
I'm
her?
gonna pose as the wedding photographer.
Yeah, sure. You're going to try and disguise yourself. You're going to try and lose Lenya DeBelle, who's yelling at you.
Right. Yeah. So I'm going to pull out another mustache. I'm going to pull out two mustaches and put one mustache on my mustache, but then like a different mustache on that mustache.
Nice. Double mustache. Yeah. Okay. You're going to try and, you're trying to lose her, disappear into the crowd. This isn't something that I think that you would be actually good at. I think that you believe you're good at it, but I don't believe you would be. 4d6.
I got a pair of matching sixes.
Well, then at least you get a dice point, right? You get an extra. You get an extra token. As you attempt to sneak into the crowd, someone spots you, and you feel a blade shove up into your rib cage, and
Louise.
a whisper in your ear that says, "You talk to the police about us, and this is what you get." And as the knife pulls out, you feel all of the regret, pain, and shame that like a teenager would feel if they'd like betrayed their friend group to an adult or a teacher. Like that kind of dread floods through you as you grab your side. You are confused. You have a foggy memory. You can't remember things. So do as you do. But anything that you do that requires like vaguely remembering who someone is or what you need to do comes with an extra dice. As you're like simultaneously thrown back into your past and living in the now, your memory's fogged.
Got it.
Postman Joan, Bladed Warrior.
I guess I put the blade in my trench coat. Obviously, I'm not. Yeah, I put Tom's voice under my arm, holding my trench coat as I. It's a wedding, and like I'm not being sneaky. I'm just I'm that guy that like I walk past one of the fucking not waiters, but like the people that walk champagne on a little tray and give it out. I'm like, I take one of them and I do a little spin and I'm walking around and I'm keeping my eyes out. I'm just looking for the bastard. Where's the bastard?
Sure, yeah, let's spot him out. You're well prepared. Roll me 2d6.
Oh boy, oh boy. A 5 and a 3.
5 and a 3, fantastic. You spot him, like you spot him up in the building, like he's going to come down for the wedding, and you manage to signal over to Frank and Arlo, like the bastards over there. So from where you are, you're stood in a range of tables around you where people are waiting to see a wedding. Rather than having a regular wedding where you have like rows of chairs and then like an arch and people get married, this is like a range of tables that people are sat around and they'll come down the middle and get married after that. There is off to the side, up on stilts, a building that has all glass all the way around, and in that you can see the bastard getting ready and putting his tie and suit on. And like it comes like it's like a Bond villain building, like on stilts. They're like he's going to come down to. All of you guys can like see him up in the building. And as you look over to the side, everyone roll me 3d6.
Oh boy.
Do I recognize a silhouette in the bastards? Sweet.
Oh no, what'd you roll?
3, 4, and a 6.
Then you gain a token, and who are you hoping to spot a silhouette of?
Oh. I was only hoping to recognize a silhouette. I don't want to assign the bastard's identity.
Oh no, you can't tell who the bastard is, but like there's a silhouette in the room with them.
Oh.
Someone from your criminal past, perhaps.
Yeah. It's Miss Pennyfarthing.
Miss Pennyfarthing. Because she's got one big and one little eyeball.
Yep. That's the one.
What's up with your eye?
How'd you do, Arlo?
Sorry?
I rolled a 2, 4, and a 6.
2, 4, and a 6. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, you spot him up there in the room. You see that someone else is in there with him. You got a 6, so you gained yourself an extra extra token there as well. So yeah, you can see what's going on. How do you do, Post Mahone?
Still no 6, but I got a 1, a 3, and a 5.
Oh yeah, okay. You see him up in the room as well. None of you see where the bride is. You're not sure where that's happening from. But you see him.
Fuck that bitch.
It looks like there's a little bit of time before the wedding goes down. Who wants to do anything? Let me know.
Yeah, I would like to. So I have not used my gun yet in this adventure, and
Uh-huh.
Probably
I
smart
would
to
like
give Arlo a gun, right?
I would.
Is
like
that
to
something
take
like
my gun.
Frank would full out do? Because that's the only thing you can do now.
Yeah.
Just pure Frank.
Yeah.
Do you have a gun? Yeah, you have a gun, Arlo. Go nuts.
I'm the kid.
So I would like to fashion the gun and my camera together, so that I can, through taking a picture of someone, shoot them.
You are in no way an engineer, so please roll me 3d6. No, sorry, 5d6.
Yeah. That makes more sense. I rolled a 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, but not even a 3?
Wow.
What are you, a hack? It's
Let me
funny
roll
because
die.
I know.
Wow.
It's a joke. I'm being a joke.
Yeah. He perfectly like sniper shot, like using your lens to get like a zoom in, like a you got like a sniper scope on your gun as with your revolver you somehow managed to shoot the bastard through the glass. Like
Through the glastard.
through the through the glassted.
The bastard through the bastard.
Yeah. All of you are suddenly stood over him, and your hands are wet. As you look at your hands, there's blood on them. As you look down at him,
Very nice.
over the bastard.
I would like to spend the 3 points that I've accumulated to hear the bastard monologue. I'm making you talk for, what was it, at least 30 seconds or something?
Yeah, you're spending a point to make me speak on that.
Yeah, but he wants to
Yeah,
spend
I
3, so you have to speak for 90 seconds.
Oh, yeah, okay, then, yeah, sure. As all of you look down at the bastard, Arlo.
I was kidding.
No, this is happening. Right, Arlo. As you look down at the bastard, it's your first ever boss, the only one that ever believed in you. And he looks up at you and says, Arlo, why didn't you ever take my advice? I always told you. Look at the photo, frame it and take the picture. Don't just take every picture you see. We don't have infinite photographs. There's no way that we'll ever reach a world where people can just take an infinite number of photographs. Think about your limit. Manage it. Maintain within it. This is all I ever wanted from you. I can't believe you killed me like this. I'm all of your restrictions. I'm everything that held you back. And you just deny me like this. How dare you? I won't miss you. And I know that you won't miss me. And he looks over to Frank. Sorry, you got something to say, Frank?
Yeah. I spend all 5 of my tokens to say no.
You were someone that didn't actually make the... Whatever just happened as a result of the player's dice roll, you or someone else's actually didn't. Are you failing Vince's dice roll?
Yep. Well, no, so that it's not painful for you.
Oh, it's make it gentler. Sorry, yeah, okay. I always told you could take a fantastic photo, and I always said it didn't matter. Take any photo you can. Everywhere you see is beauty. Take that moment and capture it. Know that whatever you see, if you think it's beautiful, someone else will too. There's 7 billion people in this world, and every
Not
photo
post.
you take will be appreciated by 1,000 others. Just keep taking them. Just capture your magic. Just believe in it. And give your art to someone who'll appreciate it. Make sure that it gets out there and people can see it and like your work is known. I love you and I'll miss you.
That's what I wanted.
There you go.
Cool.
I am just I'm almost gonna cry at how beautiful this like self-actualization of Arlo with his photos. It's just Arlo takes a long knowing happy look at Post Majone because he knows he's always been giving the photos to the right person.
Yeah, as Arlo's nodding, Post Majore's like...
As the person lying on the ground is someone that Post you don't recognise, and he looks up at you and says, "Who the fuck are you? I don't know who you are. Some fucking random comes in and kills me. I've never met you in my life. You fucking tweaking pieces of shit, drug addicts, ruining the world, coming in here, killing people you don't understand, messing with a world that you don't know. Everything's going to be worse with me gone, and you're all going to be fucking ruined, you dirty piece of shit."
Can I pin his mouth?
Yeah, do I still see him as the bastard? Like I'm still seeing.
You don't know. Yeah, he doesn't recognise you. You don't recognise him.
Oh, I use the fucking Sheffield steel to cut his throat. That's enough for that.
Yeah, you lean in to cut his throat as the
point being the vocal cords as opposed to the lethality of the cut. I'm like, that's enough of that.
Oh right, so you're making me do my last 30 seconds in a different accent. Fantastic. All right. As he looks at Frank, and he says, "Frank, you could have made something of yourself. This kind of world could have looked after a guy like you. You could have been something, but you take out a guy like me, you got nothing to look after yourself. You're nothing but a piece of shit, Frank. This world's gonna chew you up and spit you out. You could have relied on a guy like me, but look what you did." He drops
You're
dead.
gonna waste your last words telling
That's
me
it, it's
something
gone.
I already know.
As he bleeds out on the ground, you guys come out of your dream that you were never meant to be in, and you're awake in the real world. Who are you in the real world? When you're not Frank the fence, when you're not Arlo the confused photographer, when you're not Post Malone the investigative journalist come driver.
Joan.
Are you I'm really worried that Post Majone's going to turn out to be someone who does a lot of retweeting of things on Twitter, but mostly drives Uber.
It's Post Malone.
Wait, what? You just corrected him the wrong way.
No. The real person is Post Malone. Post Malone, the hip hop rock star superstar, was having a bad dream about being a journalist, driver, criminal, who wakes up in his mansion covered in face tattoos. Logan goes in the mirror, splashes his face. I'm like, whew, glad that's over. Back to record some hip hop.
Hip hop.
Yeah,
and I'll
the guy with the
say,
bicycle tattooed on his face.
Yeah, there we go.
who are you in reality, Arlo?
In reality, I am a 9-year-old Ben Affleck at his first sleepover ever. And I've just woken up and my buddy 9-year-old Matt Damon is still asleep, dreaming possibly his own adventure. Yeah.
This kind of tracks because I've seen pictures of Ben Affleck stood outside the door smoking, and I imagine if every time I was Ben Affleck and went to sleep and found out that I was Arlington Heights, that I would also feel like that every day.
It's true.
Yeah, it's like I'm
or
9
if you
years
woke
old,
up and
so,
realized
like,
you were Ben Affleck.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
I'm a 9-year-old Ben Affleck, and I kind of like slump. I like slump against the wall, and I've got a candy cigarette, and I'm just like recreating that like sad Ben Affleck, but like as a 9-year-old.
Nice.
Like, shaking at like whatever the hell just happened.
Who's Frank Horn when he's not Frank Horn and awake? Or when they're not Frank Horn and awake?
Frank Horn is like 50,000 years old as far as humanity goes, but much older than that. He's a collection of dust and gases that just moves from one system to the next, always feeling sad.
Oh,
Wow.
oh,
Hashtag real.
that's extremely
Yeah.
huge and sad.
So dreaming that you're just some guy is like the greatest joy you can feel.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very nice.
That is possibly one of the weirdest games I've played in a while. And I didn't even feel
Possibly? What's weirder?
I still feel like if I did that again, I could throw more dream nonsense into it. And I also,
Yeah, I think we all
I
kind of
desperately feel like anyone who actually remembers their dreams could do a much better job than me.
No, you honestly did a pretty good job.
I was just following tropes from everything I've seen from TV and movies.
But
Like
that's like the reason they're tropes is because
they're standard and
common
everyone feels them. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
dream nonsense to dream
I
nonsense.
wanted
That's
to
great.
work in the thing that I hear about where people say that all their teeth fall out, but I didn't know like what it means, so I didn't know when to put it in.
what I've read is that it means that you think your body is falling apart. Which
I could have used that quite a lot then.
turns out
Also, very glad I don't dream when my teeth falling out. I do feel like my body's falling apart because I'm in my 40s. So, now, does this dream just start when you hit like 35 and continue until you die?
oh no. If you lose teeth when you're younger, it happens much earlier.
Oh, terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm missing a tooth currently and I'm soon to get an implant.
Yay.
Exciting times. I have a checkup on Tuesday where they're going to scan it and figure out if they can like jam a thing into the socket.
Oh yeah, it's checkups choose.
Checkup twos. That's what they call it. Yeah. So they texted me. They were like, "Don't forget your checkup twos." I was like, "Yeah, word."
It was a Chekhov's tooth joke that I muttered.
Oh, Chekhov's tooth. Is that to do with Star Trek or chess?
Like the Chekhov's gun.
Yeah, the Chekhov's gun. Like, it's a
You
tooth
gotta-
that's
you
gonna
gotta
come
use
into
the
play
tooth and not the
later.
fork.
I'm just gonna. You know what I'm gonna do?
Please don't get frustrated because I don't understand references. Just accept the fact that like I don't know anything. Like just move around me. Definitely don't consider me
why I
a
said I wasn't
blocker.
gonna do it.
Just go round my like just go round my lack of knowledge.
No. I feel like
Yeah,
our lacks of knowledge are dogs on a walk, and they're gonna bump each other's noses a little bit. That's what
Well,
we're
when you
saying.
make a
I'm
reference to
gonna know
something-
certain things, and other people are gonna be like, "We're gonna play poker," and I'm like, "What is that? Like Snap?"
Yeah, I should have just
I
made
don't
it
know.
Go Fish.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know how to play that, but I've heard people say, "Do you have any twos?"
If you even like, you could have made it Sticky Wicket, you could have made it Crumblesies, like any British game, I would have known the rules. And
There we go. That's what it should have been. Everyone round a table for a quick round of soggy biscuit.
oh goodness, no, we have that here too.
So-
and in Canada.
I loved Death Was the Only Road Out of Town by Grant Howard and Alex
That
Roberts
was
at
very good.
GS Howard and at Muscular Pikachu. Would play again. Would love to not have to run it. I love running it, but if I played it again, I would like to not have to run it. Yeah. Great game. Fantastic. Easy to, I'm putting it up
fun.
on the screen for everyone that wants to follow it. Fantastic. Easy to read rules. Fun little bits of art. Lots of dice rolls so you can pick your scenes and objectives. As you saw from our stream, they don't need to make sense or roll into each other. Everything's a dream, and it just kind of blends and smashes into it. And you know it's a dream because EB will repeatedly say,
Hey, I only said it twice though.
And for those of us, and for those of us who actually do dream, this was oddly therapeutic.
"Oh, really?
You know, just when there was a couple moments where I was like, oh well, I think I'll just draw from an actual dream I had, or like I'll something like
Oh
that.
yeah, I totally
and just
like
being like,
a lot of what I pulled from was real.
Is that true for you as well, Tom?
No, not even a little.
No. just like
My dreams are so mundane and boring.
me with no dreams, and you with like just British dreams, where you're like, this kettle's taking a while.
My dreams are whatever I most recently watched on Netflix, but I'm in it and it's more boring.
Wow.
Like sometimes I dream in cartoon, like I am in one of my favorite cartoons, but I'm still me and I'm not aware of it. Like it's all just normal stuff. It just happens to look in my mind like I'm the Simpsons.
I am trying in my mind to draw you into Gravity Falls, and I'm having difficulty because I know what you look like in 3D.
Hold on. I don't think Gravity Falls is on here, but I did self-portraits of like 9 different cartoons.
Amazing.
wow.
I don't know if that was coming through.
I saw Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, we saw it.
Oh, everything? Oh,
Patrick Stewart saw everything. So that was fun. I think we should play that again in the future. Someone else should run it, but we should definitely do it. It was a good game, and I'm going to end the stream here because I think we're done. No one has anything else to talk about because we've all talked about our dreams and reached the end of that. So, hotdicenerds.com, Hot Dice Nerds a million years. YouTube, Hot Dice Nerds. I don't know, twitter.com/Hot Dice Nerds. Spotify, you can
Google
find us on Spotify. Just go to hotdicenerds.com. It's all there.
If you write Hot Dice Nerds on a note and just throw it into the air, we'll probably get it.
We probably won't, but like we'll appreciate the effort. Send us a video of you throwing our name up in the air.
Yeah, actually, that's all
Yeah.
I ever wanted.
But like most importantly, if you want to hit us up on socials, hit us on Twitter because we don't really exist anywhere else. Twitter.com/HotDiceNerds. Come talk shit with us and tell us what you love. Tell us what you hate. Tell us that you hate us. Tell us like what you hate about how we look like as people. Like whatever you need. We're just desperate for engagement. We're thirsty for content. Hit us up. Okay, hotdicenerds.com. Love you, bye.